What is up, everybody? How's it going today, guys? How's it going? Today, guys, we're actually going to be talking about the Kiely Rodni case. We're going to go back on that. We're going to watch a few things. We're going to watch the Nick in the tow truck driver's interview, and then we're actually going to go back and watch Zab Girl Up Church and investigates interview, and then after that, we're going to move on to the Sammy and Mags complexion that Zab Girl actually put together. So yeah, guys, actually, this will probably be about a 3-hour stream roughly. So yes, it will be a while, guys. So anyway, sit back, relax, guys. Yes. Birthday chat, Supervisor Justin. What is up, Justin? How's it going? This case is still going. Yes, I do believe this case is still open, guys. I do believe it is. Last time I heard, what is his name? One of the YouTubers, Harsh Reality, actually had a post saying it was still open. So yes, I'm pretty sure it is still open. It is still an open investigation, guys, or still an open case. So yes, yeah, which tells you everything, guys. I mean, that tells you they expect foul play. And even if they close, guys, look, oh, my camera's on. Sorry, guys. Even if they close this case, it's still never going to. There's still always going to be doubt about what happened with this case. It just is. I mean, I don't know if Scuba's here or not. I'm not sure, guys. What is up, Jess? Let's go up and chat a little bit. What is up, Page Star? I think the case was overstaged. It just seems really weird, doesn't it? It just seems really weird, guys. Jess, what is up, Jess? How are you? Hello, everyone. Justin Roberts says hello, everyone. Paige says this case is still going, question mark. WSG, Gunfish Rusty. Brittany, how's it going? Birthday, Claire. True Texan, not today. How's it going, everybody? Yes. So, brewing my coffee and grabbing a lunch. Yes. Justice, you're always grabbing lunch. It seems like you're always grabbing lunch. So yeah. I haven't even ate lunch today, guys. I jumped in here. I was in the middle of a reaction for you guys, and the electricity flickered on and off. I was like, "Are you joking me?" So there goes my reaction. I was like, you know what? I'll do a reaction later on. Like, I'm not gonna redo this reaction right now. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh goodness gracious. Wiggle with my blood milk queen. I knew he was gonna pop in here. I knew he was. I thought you'd say something like a bear. Aren't you going to sleep? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Wicked Blood Metal. Kiely. Yes. Deceased, yes. Yeah. Anyways, Wicked Blood Metal Queen. It's always nice to see you, girl. So guys, like I said, this case is actually ongoing. It's not closed. So, and if it ever does close, there will always be a part that is empty, guys. Everybody knows that as well as I do. There will always be a part that is empty in this case. So yeah. So Nick, the one of the most top interviews that stuck out to me was actually the tow truck driver. He doesn't know what day he was there. He doesn't give good references. He says he thinks it was Kiely. Then he says it was Kiely. Then he describes Jagger, and it just doesn't make sense. This whole thing doesn't make sense, and I've said that since the beginning, guys. I've said that since the beginning. So yeah. Justice, it's lunchtime. Oh, okay, Justice, you're at work. I'm taking it. Or at home. Oh, any which way, it is lunchtime. Yes. There's a little girl missing in Cyril. We have a little girl to find. Okay, yes, I'll look that up, guys. Or Wicked Blood Milk Queen. I'll look that up. Brittany, how's it going? Yes. So, guys, I like going on a true crime spree, and that's kind of what we're doing today, guys. We're going on a true crime spree. As you know, the channel actually has true crime on it as well. I do cover true crime somewhat, and I enjoy it, guys, 100%. But I actually enjoy doing my reactions and doing the other stuff we actually do on this channel as well, guys. So this channel has actually become kind of like a channel that goes all around. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like whatever we want to do, we go tackle it. So yeah, that's kind of what this channel has become. True Texan, how are you? So yeah. Anyways, guys, so the Nick interview. This is actually the Nick interview. Like I said, after this, we'll go to the Upchurch SF Investigates and Zab Girl interview. That one was a good one. Went really weird as well. So I've got some interviews pulled up, guys, that we're gonna actually be like, we're gonna relive, and we're gonna be like, what was said at that point? And then after that, we're gonna go on to the Semi and Mag Complexion interviews, and that one was a good one too. So yes, BRB, my fur children need food. Got it. All right, see you later, Blood Milk Queen. Yes. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Of course, guys, let me switch this audio over real quick. All right.
The pictures I saw, she wasn't wearing a ball cap. With me, she was wearing a ball cap, and it was blue ball cap. So I think something happened to her more than something accidental.
What did he say right there, guys? Let's go back on that. That was weird.
The pictures I saw, she wasn't wearing a ball cap. With me, she was wearing a ball cap, and it was blue ball cap. So I think something happened to her more than something accidental.
This whole interview. Guys, and all the stuff that actually happened with the AWP guys, that was a tragedy, plain and simple. Anyways, let's continue.
Thank you for coming up to us. Possibly has some information in regards to the Kiely Rodni case. So why don't you explain a little bit about what you may have run into?
So my name is Nick. I work at an emergency roadside assistance program. I got a call up in Truckee, Boca, for a battery call. So pretty much that means that the vehicle can't start. So I went en route up there, found the vehicle. At the time, I didn't realize that this was a situation until later on. But
yeah, so let me stop you right there. You said you went to Boca.
Yes, sir.
So over near Boca Lake.
Yes, sir.
So not Prosser Lake, Prosser Creek Lake.
Guys, give me a second. I hear some fuzzy. Let me plug this real quick. See what that does. See if that was me.
Right by Prosser Creek.
Yeah, so just north. So you went to Boca.
Yes, sir.
And you said you responded to a vehicle, and you in hindsight realized it may have been this vehicle. What kind of vehicle was it that you responded to?
It was a gray, like a lightish gray Honda 4-door sedan.
Okay. All right.
Or SUV, I'm sorry.
SUV?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And go ahead and describe.
So when I first go there, I usually do tests on the vehicle to see what's going on. At first, when I went there,
guys, let me point something out real quick. Do you hear how confident he is right now? When he's talking, you hear how confident he is. Watch how that confidence just goes downhill. He's confident now of talking, but it's almost like he's trying to ask himself questions later on in the interview that he doesn't know about. It's almost like he's caught off guard with the questions. You know what I'm saying? But so he's confident now, but watch what is up, Mark? How's it going? Yes. Hi, everyone. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Scuba Sam, how are you? So yeah, listen how, Shells, how are you? Listen how confident he is, and listen how that confidence just goes away, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
There, I realized after my test that everything was working great on the vehicle. Come to find out later, once I approached the vehicle and went inside, that the vehicle was in neutral. At the time, I thought that was kind of awkward that you can find out or realize that something like that could have been the case for why the vehicle wasn't starting. So I simply put it into park, started up the vehicle, everything was fine. At that point in time, I did notice that the female, which is Kiely, I realized after, she was very hesitant and very skeptical on everything that was going on. She was asking me really weird questions, like in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt correctly, and like, okay, and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to like her actual belt. Like, okay, that in my eyes that was very awkward. I deal with things that are kind of awkward.
Then why didn't you call the cops? Whenever a girl asks you a question about how to put her belt through her belt loop, her pant loop, whatever else it may be, don't you think it's time to call the cops, guys? Why wasn't the cops called? See, these are the questions that we could ask all day on this case. Why wasn't the cops called at that point? The cops should have been called at that point and said, hey, we have teenagers out here. I think they've been drinking. Who cares if you get someone in trouble, guys? It may save someone's life. You see what I'm saying? That's the way it should be. But instead, it was just blew off and what? Charge your battery, leave it running for an hour? When it wasn't even the battery, it was actually because the car was in neutral. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, Sherry Copyright says, when I first seen this, it sounded scripted. Me liking knew what to say. Something is probably wrong, but it seems like it's to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. No, you're right. It doesn't make sense. This is a weird interview, guys. So yeah. I mean, what is up, Square? So yeah. I mean, it's weird that it's weird that someone didn't call the police and say, hey, this is what's happening. So yeah. Anyways, guys, give me just a second. I'm actually gonna add a mod right now. Give me just a second, guys. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, it looks like they would have been like, look, you guys, you know, this is what's happening. This girl's call, or this girl asked me a weird question. I think there needs to be a check going on, you know? I mean, that would have been something that would have been actually all right, guys. So yeah, that would have been a good way of starting it out. Buckeye Creeker, how's it going, fam? Barb, how's it going? What's up? What is up, Barb? So yes. Anyways, guys. Let's get back to the video.
So that's like, all right, it's just another day on the job. Yeah. After that, she was stating on how she was there all night and she couldn't get her vehicle started due to the fact that now we both realized it was in neutral. She was wearing a sweatshirt, so it looked like she has been there for quite a while.
What color was the sweatshirt?
It was a gray sweatshirt.
Gray sweatshirt.
Yeah. Also, she had a guy with her.
Was it dark gray or light gray?
It was light gray. Okay. Yeah. Also, there was a guy there that was with her at time being. He was wearing a flat top ball cap facing forwards, brown hair that's sticking out just a little bit on the sides. I didn't know. I assumed that this is her boyfriend. I mean, from how they're interacting with each other. But it was kind of like they were both kind of at unease is what it looked like for me, like as if either they had a crazy night or a crazy day or there's something going on I couldn't know, and at the time I didn't realize what was going on.
So let me stop you right there again. In hindsight, you're realizing all of this. When do you think that this took place? Was it before, during the day, after she disappeared?
To be honest with you, it's either right after she disappeared or right before she disappeared. Okay. But it was around noonish, like 11 o'clock in the morning when I got out to her. Okay. And at that point in time, once we finished everything, she did advise that she was going to be going home later in the day and that she needs to grab some things and she was going to be heading out. So I advised her that, hey, keep your vehicle running and, you know, you can get home. But during that period of time, after the period, I told her that I was going to leave and I hope you have a great day. Vehicle, I told her to keep it running for a couple of hours to obviously make sure everything's working good on the vehicle.
But if the vehicle was in neutral, that's the reason why it didn't start. He said whenever he put it back in neutral or put it back in park, the vehicle started. So why did he tell her to keep the vehicle running? That's another thing that doesn't make sense, guys. So he found out the vehicle wasn't running because it was in neutral. That's the reason why the car wouldn't start. But he told her to keep it running because the battery, there was nothing wrong with the battery. There's a lot of weird stuff in this case, guys. Shell says exactly. Yoshia says I'm here. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
Charging system wise, at that point in time, then I left, and then a week later is when I saw at a coffee shop that she was gone, and then that brought
Saw this on a flyer or something.
Yeah,
Wow.
I came in with my girlfriend. We went into a coffee shop, and it was a flyer, and I was just in awe. You know, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me for a little bit because I'm like, that's the girl that I was working with. Granted, the pictures I saw, she wasn't wearing a ball cap. With me, she was wearing a ball cap, and it was a blue ball cap. I'm sorry about that. But then everything spiraled out of control, and I got in contact with the detective and tried to do everything I could. And yeah, and then I saw you guys. So I was like, all right, this is awesome. Like, let me go and try to catch up to
Thanks
you.
for the intel. That's how everything that we do unfolds organically when we get into town, from our viewers, locals who understand what we're doing. They contribute to what we're doing from all different angles. Like this is massive. You know, whether this was the day before, the day of, or the day after, this is a massive revelation into possibly leading us into the right direction of possibly finding her. Now we know we probably have a tie to Boca, you know, which was already on my radar. Do you know who placed the call to your roadside company? Was it her or the boyfriend? Or
So I can't get details. Calls don't go through me. They go
Stop
through
dodging.
Yeah, you just get digitally dispatched, so you don't have. So when you were digitally dispatched, did you call them to say you were coming, or you just showed up?
I did call, and nothing went through. It went straight to voicemail.
Okay. Do you know if she had a phone on her at the time?
She did state that her phone was dead, and so
dead.
she used whatever guy, whoever this was, if it was her boyfriend, she used his phone. So that's how she did get in contact.
Okay, so another question, guys. So if she used this other guy's phone, then we should know who this guy is. This guy's the last person to see Kiely Rodni alive. Where's he at? Nobody's found. This guy's stating that he's seen a guy with Kiely Rodni. And she used his phone because she stated her phone was dead. So where is this guy? That should be all we need to know, right? He's the last person to see Kiely Rodni. So how come the cops hasn't questioned him? And if they have questioned him, why did they just let him go scot-free? Because he said he left early? Because he said that she fell asleep in the car? You see what I'm saying? But if we go back and we watch the tower cam footage, there's way too much stuff going on in it to actually say that someone didn't see her go into the water, guys. So you have the phone not working, the guy there that she used his phone. You have this tow truck driver saying there's cameras facing frontwards and backwards in his truck. We haven't seen those, because then you would know who the guy was. You would know if it was really Kiely Rodni, which this guy said he's seen the picture of Kiely Rodni, the missing flyer, and then he goes on to state that it was Kiely Rodni. He even went on to state she was wearing a light gray hoodie, which could have been the odd hoodie. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that doesn't add up, and not enough questions being asked about this case. There's not. You have a party of 200 to 300 people, so call it, and there's absolutely no photos. So it's just weird, guys. We should have videos of this tow truck driver's cameras facing frontwards and backwards in the vehicle. So yeah, it's exactly weird. CYN, how's it going? Morning, deuces. Hope you're feeling better. I'm starting to a little bit. I'm kind of under the weather still, guys. Brittany Smith, how's it going? Justice, exactly. And nobody they're talking about. No, nobody is. It's just like it's been forgotten, guys. Champagne Girl says it's been the other guys whose dad owns a rescue company can freak with the fire cam footage. It's real, but weren't realize it's changing. Okay. Things called her trends to the board. Yoshi, I have no idea about that. Kane says, at Bare Bones Reactions, happy Monday, happy morning, happy Monday, Kane. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Sound like we're singing a song here, guys. All right, guys, let's get back to the video.
Well, what was, you mentioned like she was asking funny questions and acting weird.
So like the most funny question, the one that stood out that I remember is about the seatbelt. I've never.
What about the seatbelt?
About how to buckle a seatbelt.
That is odd.
So in granted, I at the time I didn't realize again.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in the towing industry my whole life, so you see a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of weird stuff, and it's actually pretty normal. You know, so I can see why at the time it's just.
But she kept on going over that, like how do you like, you know, secure your seatbelt firmly and like do it correctly, and that's when
she was asking this, was the guy that she was with right there too?
He was on the opposite side of the car,
so he could hear the conversation as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I did notice, and this is also something that I stated to the detective, that every single time the guy would come over to us, she would go on to the other side, and it was just like a back and forth, like a tag team, better to say. Like one person would come over, she wouldn't stay near him, and then it would go vice versa. Or if we were at the front of the car going about the battery and talking about the battery, he was always on one side, she was on the other. They were never close to each other.
Dude, who was this guy?
Seems like to me.
Unless she didn't like who she was with, or she was uncomfortable. Yeah.
What's up, Barb?
Yeah,
Barbie.
that screams.
So who was this guy? That's what I want. That's what we all want to know. Who was this guy then? I mean, just so happened the AAA truck cameras wasn't on, like this guy says in this interview. Yeah, it's so weird. Champagne Girl says they lied and said it didn't use the cameras on their vehicles. They didn't. And then I think Nick had been through a meal and people have money. Yes, it's something weird, guys. Scuba Sam says, why do I feel like this is just fun story they made up to give you? It's crazy. It seems like it's just been fabricated and threw together. This interview does. Yes. Love you, BB. Thank you, April. I really appreciate you. I really do. They are trying to say it was Jagger. Jagger's actually got a thing out about Upchurch now, guys. Attacking Upchurch. Yes, there is. We will get into that, guys. Maybe tonight we'll get into that. They are trying to say, hey, Barbie, Scuba, I agree. Case is still open. Yes, case is still open, April. That's the guy who really knows what happened to that girl. Yes, the guy that actually was last with supposedly Kiely Rodni, that Nick seen, actually is the last one to know. That's the one they should be asking, guys. They have the phone number that actually she tried to call somebody with from his phone. So where is this guy? But then again, where's the pictures to everything, guys? Let's see here. Jagger is innocent. Yeah, I don't think Jagger had anything to do with it, but this guy described Jagger to the T, guys. And Jagger's nowhere around. So how does this guy know what Jagger looks like? You see what I'm saying? When you describe someone to the T, guys, it's almost like you know what they look like. So therefore, you're trying to kind of set that person up or point false allegations towards that person because they happen to know who is actually with Kiely Rodni at this time, right? You would think, but that's the last person to see Kiely Rodni alive. Just like if something happens to your spouse in your house, who's the first person they actually ask what happened? The spouse, that's the surviving spouse, correct? So yeah, see what I'm saying? I mean, it goes both ways here. I love Ryan. Okay, please be nice to him. Yoshia, what is up? Justice says, and Justice says, Uncle Will described or saw Kylie's friend. Instead, more people owe car and Kiely owns. Is that guy that Uncle Will described? No, the guy that Uncle Will described is actually another person that actually used to be in Truckee. Yes, from what I understood. I actually have to talk to him. I talked to him today, guys. It's cold over there, so yeah. I wanted to come on, but he couldn't. Barbie said, yeah, I still pics and party have ever come out. No, none. And Barbie, why is that? I mean, there's nothing that's coming out about this case at all now. It's just like it's done. It's too easy to throw this stuff under the bus, guys. It's too easy to. You have people saying that there was a guy there with Kiely, that you've seen Kiely, that you've seen her on a flyer, and you can say, absolutely, that was Kiely. And then her phone died. She told you that. And then you have a guy there that actually he saw that he described, and then described it to T as Jagger. Okay, long hair, bald cap, San Francisco. That's what he says in this interview. So where's the phone at, guys, that she used to call? We know that number. The FBI knows that number. The cops know that number. You know? So yeah, it just there's something wrong with this. And I keep saying that. And I will not give up on this case, guys. It is there's foul play in this case, and it's just too easy for them just to say something like, okay, go ahead, it's over. OG Go says, I disagree. I don't think that he described Jagger at all. He's description was extremely vague. Okay. I love Ron. OG says he's also there. The guy's face. There is absolutely no mo markings on Jagger's face. No, but the San Francisco hat. I mean, I understand people who wear the same hat, but long hair sticking out, San Francisco, the same height, everything. So yeah, I mean, he could have. Yes, very much so. This guy saw Jagger at the interview in the news. He had to have done something, guys, because he described Jagger, in my opinion. I'm Kiely Rodni's. Oh God. Okay. Anyways, maybe he went to school together. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Cool Gma. What is up, Gma? Been a mechanic for years. Most cars I have worked on starts in neutral when working on them. For certain mechanical problems, we started in neutral. Yeah. So what? I got a question about this. If the car was on an incline, then why didn't the car roll in neutral too? That's another thing I don't understand. Because they said whenever he seen her, he was up top, right? But she had to have drove down by the water at that point. So, but whenever they found the car, was the ignition on? Was the key turned? Was it in neutral? Which it had to be in neutral because they actually pulled it out. But was the key on? Those are things that they haven't said neither. Because if the key was turned, it would mean that the car was probably started, which would have meant maybe she drove. So, but then again, if you watch the fire cam footage, it shows supposedly, quote unquote, her car going in from 2 miles away, guys. 2 miles away is a long ways away to actually say, hey, that's exactly her car. But then again, if that's the case, then ask questions about the other vehicles surrounding her car. So, yeah. I mean, it's just so easily said that this is an accident. Why hasn't the cars that actually they see driving around been actually, questioned? But where's the photos? See, that's one thing that everybody forgets about is these photos. Where's the photos from this party? Oh, well, just because there's no photos doesn't mean there wasn't a party. Well, if you have teens, they're going to take photos. So where's the photos? Someone's hiding them at that point. If there's photos, somebody's hiding these photos. That's it. Jess says, I'm sure someone lives ages ago and Nick Guy was actually linked to someone. Something like that, Jess. It's crazy. Tommy Cook, I heard that his job said that he was no cameras on recorded job because, see, that's crazy because he says in this interview that there's two cameras one facing forward and one facing backwards. So yeah, I mean, okay, so Champagne Girl says it was Kiely Rodni, but think it's another girl whose hair was as long as hers. I put a baseball as long as hers. Put a baseball cap on her, thinking that it looked like she pulled a all-nighter, and there is someone who has the same description. Okay, I can see that. The whole case is sus. It is sus as hell. Nick never names Jagger. People pursued. It was him. Yeah, no, he never names Jagger. No, but he's same style hair, same height, same ball cap. It's me again. I see through the shit. I see. Yes, yeah, you're good. Why didn't the cops request pictures of the party? Because there is no pictures. If there is pictures, they're hiding the pictures. That's what's happening with this whole case. Okay, if there's even 50 teens there, there's got to be pictures taken. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever else it may be, guys. There's none. We have none. So yeah, that's something that everybody should be asking themselves. Where's the pictures at? Oh, they didn't take no pictures. Bullshit. That's a lie. Teenagers take pictures, guys. Teenagers take pictures all the time. They're 100% lying to us about that. So yeah, I agree. The FBI is still on this. Yes. Trust FBI. Yes, very much so. My friends at high school is a conversation. They are done. Feds made another matter. Ellie are okay. Ellie J, what is up? Been to think this is all okay. OG Ghost, do you know how many San Francisco hats are? Oh, a lot. I don't like San Francisco hats, guys. I don't know why. I just don't. I like the Chicago Bulls hats. I love Chicago Bulls hats, but I wear a lot of hats that's actually blank. But yes, OG Ghost for sure. But how many people actually describes the same height, the same hair color to the T? You see what I'm saying? And come to find out, Jagger was not with Kiely Rodni at the time. It's Kiely Rodni's boyfriend. So you see how that fit the description? So yeah. And then Jagger goes on to buy 2 SUVs with stickers of Kiely Rodni on them. I actually got an email on my phone, guys, from a person from Truckee that knows Kiely Rodni, and I will have to get that out for you guys for the next video. Actually, read all that to you guys. Put it on the computer and everything. Kane says his entire story kept it contradicts itself all the way through this, guys. Let's not forget the autopsy didn't match. It didn't match. There was absolutely no water in this girl's lungs. When you take your last breath underwater, I'm sorry, guys. This is just how it is. Once you take your last breath underneath water, guess what? You swallow water, correct? Where's the water in the lungs at? Even doctors come forward that actually has pursued autopsies before and said this autopsy wasn't even right. She had hardly any alcohol in her system, and she had hardly any marijuana in her system. It's crazy. The autopsy alone should raise questions. It should, but it hasn't. Everybody just threw this case away, guys. Just threw it away. Scuba Sam, every automatic vehicle I've ever owned has started in it. Yes, very much so. I'm Kylie. Anyways, Kylie, we think we know may have never existed. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna put that assumption out there. I'm not gonna actually run with that because, guys, I truly believe Kiely Rodni did exist. I truly believe Kiely Rodni, but what happened to her, we don't know. I think that there's definitely foul play in this, but everybody has a right to their own opinion. That's the reason why we are open-minded on this channel. Sunless says, wow, I think they put a neutral. Yes. Sorry, confused. Yes. Ryan. Anyways, wow. Mechanics know that cars start neutral. This is BS. Yes, you would think they would. But now, mind you, this guy is not a mechanic here. He's just a AAA driver. So, yeah. So, I mean, that may play a little perspective. But he goes on to say in this interview that he put the car in park, and then he told her to leave it running for 2 hours. When he goes on to say there was nothing wrong with the battery. So if there's nothing wrong with the battery, then why was you there? Why'd you tell her to keep it running for 2 hours? To make her feel comfortable? The girl was asking you how to put her belt through her belt loop on her pants. Was that not enough to call the police? 911. Hey, we have some teenagers down here. I think that this girl's asking me how to put my belt through my pant loops. Something's wrong with that picture, guys. Right there. So, yes. What is up, Scorpio Joe? How's it going? Checking out Living Leg Time last video. I actually have to look that up. Hey, fam, what is up, Blonde Gypsy? How's it going? Crisis Cast, how's it going? Slap by Sly, how's it going, fam? Nicole Clark, excuse me, guys. Nicole Clark, how's it going? Justin, nice to meet you. New at this channel. Barbie, Jess, Barbie says, yeah. What does Barbie say? Barbie says, yes, always cracked me up when living in Lake Time. I'll have to check that out, guys. What's up, D-Wiz? How's it going? Guys, all right, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Awkwardness and someone being uncomfortable, and when in that scenario, if he was there with her, he should have been right next to her. If not dealing with you the entire time and not her.
He didn't really speak that much.
How to use a seatbelt? Did she seem high or
welcome,
intoxicated
Nicole.
or?
I try not to judge people at that point, so I try not to like.
Possibly.
I thought that maybe she was either hungover or just had a really rough day. She looked distressed, is what I could best describe as if you're going through a lot. So I understand, some people go through things, but now looking back at it, now it raises suspicion to me, and I know the detective on, okay, what is actually going on? What did happen that day? And what was the reason for her being gone? So I think that's pretty relevant. That's why I try to chase you guys down.
Right, yeah.
Can you show me on the map where you saw her?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're here in Reno. Let's go down to Truckee. There's Prosser, there's Boca.
Yep.
Just drop a pin on the road exactly where you saw her.
Oh, hold on. Is that it? Hold on. No, this is a campground. No, that's not a campground. I'm sorry, I haven't looked from it.
Oh, no worries. Take your time. I know there's a campground on the other side.
No, it was on the right hand side.
It was on the right side?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the northeast side of, there it is.
It's a turnout. Your buddy has it on his phone now. We're at the right place, right? Boca, you come in, you follow this road down.
It doesn't, Barbie. What's up, Ghetto 9?
Is that the turnout? No, that's not the turnout. I think that is the turnout right there. I have to verify. I had it pinpointed on his. That doesn't look familiar. Your buddy.
Okay.
Put it down.
All right. This is great information that could lead us. Boca was on my radar already as one of our very next locations, and if you're talking about running into her the next day, she doesn't have a phone. She's at another campground. Her phone is dead. She's with somebody. That's yeah. Something's wrong, especially with the how to use a seatbelt. That's extremely alarming.
Yeah.
Was that a distress call, or was she just out of it because she had been drinking all night? She was at a party all night long. We know we know due to accounts of other people who were at the party who said that she was highly intoxicated. So if this was the next day, she's going to appear to be hungover and so forth. So I don't know. There's a lot of things you can draw from that, but it's great information. And thank you for coming up to us. Thank you for watching everything we do.
Thank you so much.
Supporting everything we do. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in this position. Just simply watching what we do makes us able to do everything that we do. Yeah.
I got some questions. Based on just everything you just said and your experiences there, what is your outcome? What do you think went on?
I think it something was going on between her and whoever the male was that she was with, is from what I saw, just due to her character and how she was holding herself and the questions that she was asking. So I I think something happened to her more than something accidental.
Based on how her car was positioned, which way do you think she would have naturally started driving?
Going out the road.
Towards town?
Yeah. To the road that leads you up to the highway. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Good.
Cool. We're good.
Can you? We're not videotaping. Can you show him? I can zoom in and find the right part. I got the precise right part on his. I don't want to show you that.
Here, just talk about it again. I'll turn the recording on.
You have it pinpointed?
Yeah, I hear that.
Because that's crucial.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it was farther back. I wasn't even going that far back on your phone.
He
There you go.
doesn't. He doesn't
So
seem
if you
genuine.
zoom in right here, so her car was right there, facing diagonal down, and I pulled in my van right here.
Okay.
When she came in, but she was trying to come out this road where her car was. So it's kind of weird that it was in the middle of the road, and on top of that, like it wasn't starting because it was in neutral. So obviously she had to stop for some reason and get out, which now I'm looking back at it and I haven't even thought about it this heavily until now. That is kind of weird because she was like, as you can see within the road. Oh geez, where'd it go? Is this it? Hold on. Yeah, this is it. And so right there, how she was coming out this way.
So her front end was facing 894.
Yeah.
All right. And did you leave before her? Or did she leave before you?
I left before her. Yeah, I don't stay at my calls after I fit.
And plus you advised her to let it run for a little bit.
Yep.
Was there anybody else around?
There was people far back here, yes, but not near her. No.
Okay.
Just her and that gentleman that was.
Do you think she was camping in that campground right there? Or do you think she's just broken down?
I think she the campgrounds are farther down, like a little bit, like you're closer to the beach, so she possibly could have been there, but like in her car, there was nothing in her car, like it was just seats. There wasn't like camping gear, a tent or a sleeping bag or pillows or anything like that. It was just like your normal seat.
Did you notice anything in particular in her car at all? Any personal stuff?
Besides perfume bottles and actually there was a perfume bottle that was in the center console, and that was all that I recall, to be honest.
Did she have anything on her keys at all? Like
I don't remember what was on.
See,
okay.
Some stuff just
Any
doesn't
other
add
questions
up.
from anybody?
Did the investigator that you got a hold of, have they called you back did they grill you with questions too at all to get details?
So he drove me with a whole bunch of questions. This was over the phone. And at that point in time, then it got escalated to my company so then they could handle the rest. And at that point in time, I haven't heard anything since that.
But did you say that you guys have cameras that could possibly get some sort of facial recognition on?
Yeah, so we do indeed. We have cameras facing front and rear of our vehicles, as well as that we do have like audio, so we can pick up audio from inside and outside of the truck.
So there you go. So what happened to it? It just shut off. The cameras just shut off. Like, that makes absolutely no sense, guys. They're a business, a huge business, and the cameras just shut off. I mean, it makes you wonder what's going on, guys. This whole thing seems like a cover-up. I mean, because those cameras are actually supposed to be running at all times for their safety. And for insurance purposes and everything else, guys. And he said there's audio as well. Where's it at? Because if that's the case, that was the last guy that was with Kiely Rodni to see Kiely Rodni. But then again, it seems like they're probably just going to go off and be like, oh, well, that wasn't Kiely Rodni that he actually went and helped. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, the whole thing is weird. It seems very weird, very suspicious. And it seems like 100% there was actually foul play in Kiely Rodni's death. No matter how the car went in the water, whether it was upside down, whether it was to the side, it doesn't matter, guys, about that. Where's the pictures? Pictures will prove everything, guys. Pictures will prove who she was with that night, who she was around that night, what she was posed with anybody in pictures, who was this guy, who was this guy. That's what we need is the pictures. Without the pictures, who do they even know who to talk to? Everybody that's at this party come into the police station. I mean, half of her friends left early. So I mean, we have nobody that really can say anything but what was it, Sammy? I mean, but then Sammy left early too. Earlier. Left without her, and so did the other one. Because there was bong rips. I mean, guys, as a friend, you should be like, hey, come with me. Let's leave. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Usually girls are pretty tight bound, guys, especially friends. Usually where one goes, the other ones go. I have seen times where the other girl stays behind, and 100% that happens. But yeah, it's just weird, guys. What is up, Brandy? How's it going? Brandy says, hey, everyone. Dodge Bullet says there was no party because there is no pictures. There's no pictures of the party. There's no proof of a party. Yes. Anyways, Alijai says too many randoms and come on to the case. Exanime, SF and Guy found a laptop. Nick question. It goes on just all too script for me. Yes, it seems scripted. The whole thing seems scripted, guys. And it shouldn't seem that way to us. We should have pictures of the video. It shouldn't be that the cameras was off, guys, because they have to leave those cameras on for insurance purposes only. Insurance purposes, their protection, and so on and so forth. So I'm not buying the story that the cameras was off, guys. I'm not doing it. Let's see what else is being said. Friends of mine ignored. Yes, Barbie says, yeah, girls got code, never leave friends behind. That's usually how it is, guys. And if they do leave them behind, it's usually at an ex-boyfriend, a boyfriend. See what I'm saying? That's usually how it goes. Smacky's my bear. What is up, Wicked Blood Middle Queen? I'm back. Okay. Exact. Dodger Bullet says, oh, exactly. It is actors. It's something, guys. I'm not for sure yet. We're not, but I do know that there's foul play. I do know that I'm starting to question even if there was a damn party, guys. I'm just saying. Anyways, what is up, Jack? How's it going? Yoshi says, right. Cosmic, how's it going? As living in Lake Time said the cameras went off around the time that Nick was chatting to AWP. So yeah, why did they turn? Why? They have to leave the cameras on for insurance purposes. There's no reason why the cameras in the truck should be turned off. And if you look that up, it actually says that too. They don't turn those cameras off. Those cameras are kept on all the time for their safety, insurance purposes, and that stuff like that. Because who goes to say if someone actually hurt Nick here, there's no proof of actually who hurt Nick. That's the reason why they keep that stuff on, guys. Because, I mean, they get calls out in the middle of nowhere, and they have absolutely no proof of where they was at, except GPS coordinates, and then you have no proof what the guy looked like. I mean, that's the reason why I'm not believing that they actually had the cameras turned off. I'm believing that they actually either they was turned off on purpose or they absolutely did not see Kiely Rodni, one or another. Yes. Wicked Blood Middle Queen. Dodger Bullet says if there was a Kiely Rodni, she was murdered and it was a town cover. It had to been something. A Dodger Bullets. There's too much stuff that points to foul play, guys. There's no pictures. There's no cameras. Guys, we don't even have Kiely Rodni on a phone, a picture, for God's sakes. And the pictures that we do have, looks like her teeth have been duplicated. I actually agree with Upchurch 100% on that. If you look at the pictures, guys, it looks like two pieces of teeth on it. Guys, do I think Kiely Rodni's fake? I do not, but I'm just saying. Truckee public cover up. Yes, and Truckee is a weird town, guys. No, not truck on fire camera. Oh, okay, Cosmic. Okay. I'm not standing up for Jared, but I truly believe powerful people went after AWP, hushed them. Something happened, guys, because whenever Nick the diver came out of the water, he said he's almost started crying, guys, and he's like, "There's definitely foul play. She looks like there's definitely foul play." That's actually what was said, guys. That was the first thing that was said by somebody who's seen Kiely Rodni in that vehicle deceased. So yeah. It just makes you wonder what else was told, what else Nick the diver told him. And what about the vehicle, guys? The cops said that reservoir was actually clear, and then AWP comes in and finds it. Was it set up actually for AWP to find the vehicle? That way it takes the pressure off of Truckee cops. You see what I'm saying? But it kind of put the pressure on Truckee cops. So yeah. It's just weird. Why would the cops, with all the dive team, all the man hours, drones in the air, helicopters in the air, no one find Kiely Rodni's vehicle in what was it, 7 feet of water or something like that? Was it 14 feet of water? It was 14 feet of water, I do believe. So yeah. So from the top of the water down to the bumper, I think it was 7 feet they measured. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and there was people swimming right there too, guys, or getting ready to go swimming right there too. So they could have been the one to find the vehicle as well at that point in time. It was a service van. So where are the cameras in the batteries? Yes, that's what I'm saying. There absolutely should be cameras at that point. Entering Kiely Rodni case is sus. Yes, very much so. I'd love to know if Nick from AWP actually can verify it was Kiely Rodni in the back of the car. Yes, that would be awesome, guys. That would be awesome. But I'm sure they was told to not say nothing. At Bones, did you read The Town Truckie's Way? I did. I actually watched The Burning Man too, and it's weird, guys. Okay? In The Burning Man, guys, it's a tall statue, and they actually put offerings in the bottom, whether it be your bike, a car, or your bike, a chair out of your house, a chair outside, and they put them at the bottom and actually burn that. So basically, it's like an offering to the Burning Man. So yeah, which if you play games like Dead by Daylight, for instance, it's you offer. So you bring in Dead by Daylight, you bring in like a med pack or whether it be your person runs with. You got a killer. You have like 5 people, I think it is, and you actually try to survive this killer. You escape, but this killer has mad powers, and he hooks you. And every time he hooks you, once you die, you've been offered. That's what an offering is in the game. So it's kind of like that, guys, in a way, which I absolutely love that game. It's a game. Anyways, that kind of sounded wrong, but I didn't mean did not mean it like that, guys. So yeah, it's very weird, guys. Anyways, guys, Jack says, where's the original fire camp? That's what I'm saying. Nicole says, I always wanted to know if she still had her tonsils, and I'm generally curious about the autopsy report. Did it say that she had evidence of her arm, hand, back broken? The body was too composed, guys, for all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, they looked, but I mean, no, there was nothing said, any of that. There was no signs of quote unquote foul play, but it's still an open case. It's still an open case. That doesn't make any sense neither. Claire says, I think she I think she isn't Lindsay's daughter. I think she was placed with them for a reason. I think an argument came and something happened, guys. Because I mean, if you stand the way that they're standing after the celebration or before the celebration, when they're standing around that stone, guys, that's like Wicca. That's Wicca. That's Viking. That's stuff like that, guys. So yeah, it's very weird. Especially when you have your finger out. Middle finger means something with the ring. Ones that don't have rings. The man was standing. There's a meaning to all that stuff, guys. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump back to the video.
So we did have that, and I'm guaranteed. I mean, my vehicle is facing directly towards hers, so that's how I normally do it for my protection. But
Yes.
so you're able to see the full vehicle, including her and the male that was with her.
And your company has seized all of that, and they're working with the authorities on all that information.
But it's probably buried in all the tips that they have, honestly.
Not something like this.
Didn't you say that they said it was
The investigators said it's his biggest lead that he has on the case. Yeah.
biggest lead yet in a case?
If this is not if it's true, but if this happened the night after the party, the day after the party, I meant this gentleman you're talking about would be the number one suspect, honestly.
So the male there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you could go into detail, just try to describe it one last time. You said ball cap, hair coming out. What else you got?
Guys, if you would go hit that like button, guys, it helps us get an algorithm, helps us get on the front page, helps us be seen, helps us actually get out known. Share the video. Go check out the channel. There's a lot more where that come from. I actually got another channel. It's actually Up Church Fan Podcast. Go over there. We do lives over there usually every single night, guys. So yes, like and subscribe if you haven't. There's actually a merch store as well, Red Rebel Nation merch. You go to community post and get that as well, guys. But anyways, let's jump right back to the video.
He had a bro tank on. It was white. He had ball cap, black base. It wasn't even baseball hat. It's a flat bill hat facing forward. It's kind of off to the sideways.
Age, about the same age, a little
You saw a
older.
picture of him? Could you say yes or no?
His face, yeah. Yeah.
Can you pull up the picture of the boyfriend?
Oh yeah, that's the same hat too.
Now, again,
See, he said that was Jagger. No ifs and buts about what he said. He said that was Jagger. They showed him the picture. He said it was Jagger. Now, whether they showed him a picture or not, guys, we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see the picture that he showed him. So, as much stuff that's actually wrong in this case, guys, I don't know. But he said 100% that's Jagger. So, yeah. It's crazy that... So he says he's seen Kiely Rodni. So did he really see Kiely Rodni? Because Jagger was 3 hours away. And he had people actually standing up for him saying he was 3 hours away. So could he be lying about seeing Kiely Rodni too? But then again, he has GPS coordinates and it's being shared. So they should know that Kiely Rodni's car was there at that point. They should be able to match the times up with Kiely Rodni's car with him, where he was at, where Nick was at, you see, and everything else. But then again, the camera should have been on in the AAA vehicle too, because that's actually their protection and for insurance purposes too. But the cameras was shut off in the AAA. So being said, guys, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. This whole thing is ridiculous. It's crazy. Dirk's Cabinet Doors, how's it going? Anyways, what's up, everyone? I'm late to having a rewatch first. How's it going, Outlaw Nation? How's it going? So, yeah, guys. So, we have all this stuff. And, you know, this is the reason why we rewatch stuff like this. Because then we see what we've missed in the first. So he explains Jagger to the T here. He even says, yes, that was Jagger. They show him a picture of Jagger. Yes, that was Jagger. So why don't they got somebody question that last seen Kiely Rodni, which would be a prime suspect in this case? Anyways, guys, let's read this real quick. Nicole says, I know that me asking if Kiely still had her is weird. I asked because I had my removed when I almost drowned when I went swimming first time afterwards. Okay. Yes. Anyways, yeah, no, there's no weird questions in this case, guys. Look at what we have here. We have a case that doesn't make no sense. Everything's a lost lead. So that's why the cops don't have somebody behind bars, and they're saying it's a even doctors that has done autopsy reports has come forward and said, look, this is an easy way just saying it was an accident. They said that for themselves. I have that on my channel. So yeah. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, I know the autopsy went on to say there was absolutely no water in her lungs. Kane says the pictures say 1,000 words, but I'm not hearing anything. No, there's nothing. There's no pictures. None. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video.
You know, for your protection, our protection, this is all alleged. And that we're not saying anything.
Correct.
We're not insinuating anybody. Obviously, to us, this would be just a person of interest, like just as like it would be to any detective or investigator who's investigating this case. So we're not implying guilt or anything like that whatsoever. We also don't know if this was the day before, the day of, or the day after. But that's for us to put together and figure out where that fits. Okay. But it's major information, especially you just identifying who we know is a close person to her, whether he was a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. So, any other questions?
Rodni went into detail about, well, I guess we covered that by his looks, but just for the sake of the camera, skin complexion, hair color, like you say all of those.
So his hair, I mean, from the picture that you showed me, it was sticking out a lot. With me, it wasn't sticking out that much. I mean, I saw brown hair sticking out on the corners of each side of his hat, but other than that, he was, I mean, a thinner built guy is the best way I could put it, with a bro tank, and it was white bro tank. He had some freckles on his face, like, or maybe it was like acne or whatnot, but it was on both sides of his face. And he had that black San Francisco. Oh, he was also a little bit like shorter than me, so I'm 6'3", so he was shorter than me. I would put him probably like a little under 6 foot, I would guess.
Was he white?
He was white. He's Caucasian, yeah.
Oh, what days do you work? What's the window you're giving us of when this happened?
Either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I believe. Because the weekends I usually cover Truckee, so, and that Friday I also worked in Truckee, so yeah.
If you were to make a bet on what day it was, what would you say?
I mean, when I was looking back under my GPS, under my phone of where I've been, I was there both Saturday and Sunday, farther into Boca. So
did you take any memorable pictures that same day that happened? Because that would be a way to catalog the possible date that happened. If you remember, like eating lunch at like Wendy's that same day, and you took a picture.
I actually called.
The reason why that audio is coming through, guys, on that camera, because he's turned his camera mic on, and he must not have a something to muffle that noise over the camera mic. That's the reason why that's actually sounding like there's cars driving by whenever other people's talking, and whenever he's talking, it sounds a lot louder, like covering up something, because he doesn't have a cover over his mic. He's turned off and on his camera mic. That's the reason why that, guys. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
My girlfriend right after, because of how awkward the situation was.
Let's pull up the catalog of that phone call to see if we can find it.
So just to make sure, does he look familiar to you at all?
Yeah, he didn't have, like, the beard was kind of gone, but his hair was not down that far. It was like, I don't know if you could block that out. It was like to right there, but it was going back as if it was going back.
So on a scale from 1 to 10,
that's a 9.
That's it. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So at the time, I think it would be safe to say that his hair was like maybe pulled back.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much acne. The guy that I saw, I don't know if it's because it's blurry, but he had like right underneath, he had like little red marks and whatnot. That was one thing that I saw, but again, I don't try to judge. I just try to.
Yeah.
You have a crazy good memory, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, no joke.
Are you known to just be really good at stuff like this?
I mean, I'm able to remember quite a bit. Yeah. Some things that like stick out, and this is one thing.
That's
Usually
understandable.
I don't remember normal day instances at work, but this one was it stuck out from the beginning. That's why I did call over to my girlfriend, because I was so kind of in.
It was so alarming that you called your girlfriend.
Yeah, because I was confused, because I've never ran into a situation where, you know, when you call for a breakdown and It's just in neutral. You know?
Is there a specific uniform that you wear, or do you just dress casually?
See, there you go. He said it's not unusual for a call to get called on for a battery, and it's just in neutral. He just said the only problem with the car was in neutral. Then why did you tell her to leave it running for 2 hours? I mean, protocols that have cameras on too. Doesn't make sense, guys. Johnny says, what's up, Johnny? Johnny says, good memory, but doesn't know if it was Friday. Yeah, I know, and he was there, supposedly. But the more you hear this, the more you wonder if he actually was there, guys. I'm not sure. No idea what the day it was. Crazy memory. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy good memory. Anyways, see you later, Nicole. Later, Nicole. Have a good one. Sorry I missed your. I gotta go, daughter, with her homework. I wanted to say thanks, everyone. Looking forward to more of these. Yes, Nicole. Have a good one. Anyways, guys. At Bones, the battery, I was like, well, yeah, it's bullshit. That's 100% fabricated. You just said the only problem with the car is it was in neutral. You didn't say that the battery was dead, but earlier in the video, you said that the reason why you got called was for the battery. So that goes to tell me that they couldn't start the car because it was in neutral, but everybody's saying you can start the car in neutral. She goes on to ask you how to put her seatbelt through her belt loop. That's not weird for you. You didn't call her for help then, which is not your fault because she's lost her life. I'm not saying that. I'm not pointing fingers at you, Nick, the tow truck driver. What I am saying is everything is weird with this case. And I've said it since the beginning of this case. It does not make sense. There's too many people with false, whatever that word's called, guys. However you pronounce that word. I can't say it. But anyways, there's too many of that stuff going on. You have too many different subjects. I mean, this story just changed twice through this interview. Anyways, guys, Alan says doesn't make sense. Shay Darker says I am hyped. What is up, Shay Darker? How's it going? I'm hyped. Exactly. Barbie Watts, what's up? Ali J says apparently it was changed. It was stuck between drive and neutral. Yeah. Ellen says, hello everyone. I'm so late. Ellen, you're good. You're good. Alex, I'm not gonna say it. You're trying to get me to say it. Anyways, guys, I can't say that word. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue with the video. Let's get through this video.
I wear a uniform. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking maybe Friday you wore a specific hat and then maybe you took a selfie that same day. That would be a way to pinpoint it.
I mean,
because if this is the day after,
that date changes a lot.
Okay. I know she has the exact.
She might have found it. I don't know what.
So we have everything we need. If we can squeeze one less information of what day that was, it's done. It's golden. We have
So she has a date for what, Saturday and Sunday? I both called her. Yeah, I mean.
Well, what day was she reported missing?
August 6th.
Which was what?
She went missing. The last communication with her was 12:30 a.m. August 6th. Her parents did not hesitate that same day. It was dead serious.
At what time?
That's Saturday.
See, here
So it was probably the same day that. So you could be the last person that saw them allegedly, other than the people at the party.
Well, he identified as not Friday, so we don't need much more. There you go.
Yeah. So she went missing on Saturday. You didn't work on Friday? It wasn't Friday. It was either Saturday or Sunday. So we're talking about this is definitely the day she went missing. As of right now, the way everything points to is that this is the day she went missing and guaranteed, or the day after she went missing. So that's huge.
Because she was with her friends the day before the party.
Right.
She wouldn't be at the lake.
Right.
Weird stuff, guys.
That's awesome.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
You gave us a really good area to start searching at.
I really hope that helps you guys out a lot. So,
Anyways, guys, that's a weird interview. Nick the tow truck driver or Nick the AAA driver, it's weird. It's definitely weird, guys. Barbie says he also gave reasons for the fingerprints and be all over the vehicle if her case was further checked and legit. Yes, 100%, guys. Dodger Bullet says, how do they build a case with no pictures? And that's what I'm saying. Even the doctors who had done autopsies came forward and said the autopsy was not done correctly, that there wasn't stuff in her system. She had hardly had any alcohol in her system, any THC in her system. She ended up in the reservoir. The cops call it clear. Okay. AWP comes along, finds her within an hour in 14 feet of water. But the cops had all these people searching for her, helicopters, drones, and everything else. It is crazy. But AWP finds her within an hour because they have quote unquote special equipment. Do you see how weird this is, guys? This whole thing doesn't make sense. And then the investigator was SF Investigates on this case. So yeah, definitely compared to interviews for a reason, case prior. Yes. Show some love. Please hit that like button, guys. Helps us get an algorithm. It helps us get the page out there, guys, on the front page so more people actually see the video. The interview doesn't even look genuine. They're all acting awkward. They are. They actually are acting awkward. I agree with that 100%. And guys, we're not pointing any fingers at anybody in this video. I want to make that clear. This is all going off of videos, all going off interviews and everything else. We do not know who the people was in this video, who the person was standing by Kiely Rodni. We don't even know if that was Kiely Rodni that actually Nick's talking about. We don't know that stuff. So yes, anything we say in this video is actually just speculations, guys. Unless they were trying to fake her death. I know it's wild thought that where's the pictures at the party? That's what I keep saying, guys. Anyways, guys, so I got another video for us. Let's go to this one's good. So we actually let's go to this one, guys. So this is actually another good one, guys. This is actually another good one right here. It's actually with Zab Girl, which is one of my favorite true crime. And SF Investigates, and then Upchurch is here. Upchurch put some pretty good pressure on SF Investigates in this video, guys. So if you haven't seen this, guys, we're going to watch this through, and then after this, we go on and we have the Sammy and Mags complete interviews. So yeah, yes, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to the other channel, it's actually Upchurch Fan Podcast. Go over there and actually subscribe over there. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel, guys. We usually bring you guys 2 to 3 reaction videos a day. On top of that, we do at least 2 lives a day on this channel, guys. So a lot of content, guys. There is super chats available as well. There is super stickers available as well. Feel free to actually get those if you guys actually want to. This video, good. Ryan does great. Yes, he does. He does. Absolutely love this one. All right, guys, let's jump into this video. Actually, you know what? Let me put out a link. Sorry, not that one. Wrong one. Let me put out a link in case someone wants to join. So yes. There you go. There's the link, guys, if someone wants to join. Only thing I ask, if you come up here, don't talk over each other, guys. Before you get on panel, you at least got to wave at me for a minute. Yes, there are some people that actually fake stuff and repeat stuff to make it look like it, and then you put them up here and they do weird stuff to your streams. Yes, it happens. SF Ellen says, I was in the chat that night. Was you? SF has so much shady history, Brian. Guys, this is a weird interview. I will say that, guys. This is one of the ones that sticks out to me. I was looking for videos to do with you guys, and this was another one. Smacky's my bear. What is up, Wicked Blood Milk Queen? Sherry says this way young people take pictures nowadays. There should be hundreds of pictures. Yes, there should, Sherry. You're 100% right. There should be pictures all over this, guys, and there's not. So anyways, guys, let's jump into this video. How long is this one? All right.
It's
Hey,
you.
how are you?
It's really you. Okay. I wasn't sure because we couldn't see you in chat.
No, I had some people texting me saying that, suggesting I join, I guess. And I heard you mention that you'd reached out to me before and hadn't heard back.
Real quick, guys, I want to point out something, guys. If you were an investigator, wear long sleeve shirts. Don't show all your tattoos. I'm just saying. Most investigators actually wear long sleeve shirts. That way people cannot see their tattoos, because somebody can look like somebody, but if you have a tattoo, you can actually identify that person by their tattoo. So always wear long shirts. I don't see why he's not. Anyways, he should know that. Anyways, let's continue.
I never got that message. If you did, I apologize.
No, you got back, but I asked you to come on the show. You just didn't answer the show, but you did get back to me. You sent me a nice message on Twitter, but I said, hey, if you want to come on, but you just didn't mention coming.
Oh, yeah. So I was, until today is the first time I've really spoke since, it happened. I just kind of, because I've been dealing with the family and stuff. So I just figured today I'd give some input what I may, know to kind of.
Yeah. What do you know, man? I heard you were, okay. I was getting emails and I didn't want to say anything because I couldn't verify it, but I was getting emails that, tell me if this is true or not, that you were on another channel verifying that was indeed Jagger. Is that true?
No, no, that's getting taken completely out of context. And
Okay.
So just so you know, so there's a group out there that follows me from case to case to case. And this is all they do. They try to describe me. What I said was when we were at the recovery site, Doug from Adventures with Purpose took us off to the side. Now, keep in mind, we had, the reason I told this is because we had no idea that he was mic'd, that it was really a hot set, and it was being filmed and everything. So he took us aside and he told us the.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and bring up Scuba Sam. What is up, Scuba?
Listen, you're killing me, Smalls.
100%.
I didn't want to leave you hanging.
This is 100% facts. Like, this is weird. Like,
yes,
Nick said that there was another guy that used the phone.
Yes.
Where's that phone? Where's he at? Why he's the last person to see her? And if that's not the case, Nick's the last person to see both of them.
Oh,
there's absolutely no pictures of this party.
Nope.
It was supposed to be 300, 400 people, and even other people actually verified that it was 300 to 400 people. Talking about Ronnie Jones' cousins.
Right.
You got, it's weird. It's crazy, guys.
Oh my God, which weirdly traces back now to Ikmel.
Yeah, and guys, look, I'm not saying Ikamel's involved. I don't think
no.
involved. But I mean, if you the Ronnie Jones guy, if you actually Google Ronnie Jones, which is or if you Google
Melvin
Cedino, which is Ikmell's name, it comes back to the Ronnie Jones guy that said his cousin was at that party. It's crazy, guys.
Oh my Lord.
It's insane. So yeah. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix this.
That gives me heartburn.
Yeah. CYN, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Sammy, Kiely, yes. Guys, it's weird. I have Wicked Blood Metal Queen says I have tats everywhere except my neck. Yeah, I don't have any on my neck neither. I have it everywhere though, guys. For real. Like walking billboard under my shirt, guys. 100%. So yeah. When you have snakes, holes, too many just diversions. 100%, Ellen, and that's what it is. Actually, almost like a diversion, like stuff is placed some places to throw people off, guys. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got to focus on where's the pictures at the party. Where's these pictures at? If there was really a guy beside Kiely Rodni that night, and she used his phone, where's that phone? Where's he? There's too many things that doesn't add up. It's the reason why it was not an accident. It wasn't.
Right.
100% deuces. Thank you. Anyways, guys. So let's see what Stephanie, how's it going? Says, hey guys, hopping in to say good afternoon. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Thank you, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome. Anyways, guys, Jess, thank you for the super chat sticker. I really appreciate that, guys. Guys, there's actually more super chats available. There is actually super chats. Super stat. However, guys, and then you go on, and I'm actually getting memberships done too. So hopefully that's cleared soon, so we can start doing memberships as well. So yes, thank you, Jess. It means a lot. So Vis4 says, did y'all say anything about the 22 cents of Yankee channel going down there? It's uploaded. What?
Huh?
I'm not sure about that. Sorry. I agree. Outlaw, follow the Crime Watch. What is up? How's it going, fam? They called Ronnie and Milo guy Connor. Okay, I got you. Okay. That's anyways, guys, let's move on. Novik comes out. Xana and Mel, Austin, footage, drone, FF son, who was on Dodgers channel.
Yeah.
And Tony said he met Xana through also check. Yes, 100%. 100%. There's a lot of lying going on in this case, guys. Like people was hiding who they knew, and it was really weird. And you see how people got down the wrong hole on this whole thing, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Chrissy goes on to say, I think AML wanted more views, so he had a friend Rodni call an interview. Yeah, but but the weird thing about that is, Chrissy, if you Google Melvin Cedino, and it comes up, that is actually Ickadmel's real name, and it comes back as Ronnie Jones, not Ickadmel. It's weird, guys.
Yeah,
which if any kind of public figure, you can say anytime you're a YouTuber, you become a public figure at a certain amount of time, I guess, and you can say your real name into your phone, and it'll pop up your real name, your YouTube channel, and everything. It's weird, guys. It's 100% weird. I was like, what in the world? But anyways, guys, I understand I tried for last Xana said Mel's channel for a long time. I think she has his mod for a long time. I think she said he was mod. Okay. Edward Bones, you sound better today. I do feel better. I do feel better today, guys. I'm just kind of like, I'm tired, guys. I woke up this morning and started working on this stuff and everything else. So yeah, we're putting in work over here.
I only got a couple hours sleep because of somebody I know.
Oh wow. Well,
I'm talking about you.
Oh, me? Oh, because when I woke up, my phone said I've only been asleep for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah. I mean, we've been working overtime over here, guys. We have been working overtime over here. And guys, look, I'm still gonna, no matter how many videos we do, I will still do a reaction for you guys today after we're done. That's just how it is over here. Barbie Wright, they were hacker friends running. Yes, so Ickadmel actually does have a video out, guys. He does admit that back in his gaming days, they hacked people's cameras. They watched people hack and everything else. Yes, that is out there, and Ickadmel actually puts it out there as well. So yeah.
That's scary.
It is scary, guys. Extensive computer training in school. Listen. Yes, I mean, guys, look, and that's the reason why some trolls are good to have, guys. I mean, I'm not saying trolls are hackers, but trolls is good to have. Bad trolls are not bad people. So I'm just gonna put that out there as well. We love you too, Jess. I've allowed Scuba. All right, Scuba, let's go ahead and jump into this. We got to get through this. I can talk to you guys all day. Dear Libby, everything is so messed up in this case. It's hard to believe that this case is even real. Dear Libby, it is. It is weird, and it's very hard to actually, fathom that there's absolutely nothing to show that this is actually real. There's no pictures. There's people saying they see things. There's no video. There's no trash. There's no DNA. There's no hardly any alcohol in her system. There's no drugs in her system, but THC. The car's in neutral. But you went for a battery call. You told her to keep it running for 2 hours. She wanted to know how to put her seatbelt through her pants loop. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a party of 200 people. Fire cam from 2 miles away catches her car, quote unquote, supposedly going into the water. People's driving around her car. No one sees her. People leaves. People flees. Guys, it does not add up.
I mean, keep it running for multiple hours when she already had no gas in it.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, and SF Investigates talks about the closest gas station, and they're like, no, that's the wrong gas station. He's like, oh yeah. This is another weird one. And Upchurch kind of lets him have it on this one. Hit the like button. Yes, guys, hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, guys. We bring a lot of content on this channel. On the other channels, Upchurch Fan Podcast, go over there and actually subscribe over there as well. It's highly appreciated, guys, and it's free. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Story about the tow truck driver or the service driver. And I know that they've said that we want to keep, this person's identity private, even though they've described Jagger to a T. But to us, what I disclosed, because this is the truth, is he said that they showed tow truck driver a photo of Jagger, and the tow truck driver said that's him. Now, just so you know, so everybody's clear, I do not buy the story. So I'm not confirming it. I'm saying that is what they told us, that he confirmed it.
So you're not buying the story that he actually seen Jagger?
No.
Then where did he see Jagger? See, this is another thing, guys. And again, this is all speculations, guys. This is not confronting anybody as actually guilty of anything, neither nor involved in anything. But all these interviews contradict one another.
I think somebody showed him a picture of him.
Something, yeah.
Or he's seen the news with Kate and Jagger.
Yeah, something like that, guys. Something like that. All right, let's get back into the video because I think this is an hour and 7 minutes. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm not saying that they lied about it. I just don't.
I'm so sorry. What story you all talking about?
So he said that they kept it. You said it was an open mic, so you heard it, right? You're not supposed to.
No, well, when the Adventures of Purpose came out with that video, our voices are on there, so obviously they were microphoned. But Doug and everybody, we had no idea when we showed up there, that we were being recorded. So what I just told everybody was, hey, listen, in that conversation, they did say that Jagger was the guy, and what I said to everybody was like, I think everybody needs to dial this back on Jagger a little bit because nothing's been proven,
So they showed the tow truck or the roadside assistant guy. They showed him the picture of Jagger, and he confirmed that he said that was him. That's
what they said, that that's what the story, how it was told to us. It was slightly different, than what was in the video.
Welcome.
It was,
Crime Watch, welcome.
He said that the tow truck driver said that he felt that she was drugged and it was completely incoherent. He did say the seatbelt thing, like it's been disclosed, like she couldn't figure out how to work. She asked how to work the seatbelts, but he said that he started filming her because he felt that she had been like roofied or something. But there's some important parts about that are I was staying in the same hotel as the FBI card team, right? The child abduction rapid deployment team. I mean, they're tops in the world. U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security was there, and they got this lead. Now, we were told that they gave it to law enforcement the day after they spoke to the guy. But in the video, it said the guy says he gave it to them a week earlier. So I don't know which is true, but either way, it would take FBI hours to verify that because we were also told it was AAA. They didn't use the vague
it was AAA.
Yeah. And law enforcement.
Okay. I didn't know that for sure. It was AAA. Okay.
Yeah. And after Adventures with Purpose was told to leave the site, the FBI came over to me, as did Nevada County Sheriff, and they wanted to know exactly what we've been told, about the AAA lead, and they use AAA. So,
you guys,
I don't know. I think they. Do
you see Church right here? This is what ADHD does to you.
Yep.
you have like surround sound hearing, guys. So even though he looks like he's not paying attention, he is paying attention, guys. There's sometimes I lay on my couch and I act like I'm asleep, and because I'm comfortable and I hear everything that's going on. So yes, he's paying attention. So I know some people actually brought that up. Well, church is not paying attention. Yeah, he actually is paying attention. Trust me. It happens. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Now immediately, and they would have pulled that video. And let's say that they were building a case. If Jagger was on that video, lying to the FBI is a crime in itself. And he said he was in Napa. So they would have locked him up temporarily on that. You know, they would have been able to hold him on that because lying to the FBI is a federal crime. So I have some doubts about that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay. Huh. Do you have any okay, so let me back up a little bit. So when you said when they told us, so did the family know about this tip then?
So that was told, yeah, because that was told to us in the first 5 minutes. When I got word that it was on social media that she had been found, the car had been found, I was with Kiely's dad and grandfather, and I got a call about it, and I had to tell them. And then we were 2 minutes from their location because we were up by the party location. We went down there, and in fact, they showed in the video, you know, her father's on the quad runner going down, and then we're right behind him. And so he told us that story pretty quick because he asked, you know, if you guys had to suspect anybody, who would you suspect? And, you know, it was, and now it kind of makes sense that it was being recorded, like why those questions were
What's
being
up,
asked.
Joshua?
But yeah, so the father and the grandfather both were in on that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I don't even know what to ask because I know you don't think that there was any foul play, right? You think it was just an accident?
I you know, up until a few days ago, let me define like what I can like when I say accident. I do not rule out, and I think it's very possible that there could have been somebody else in the car. There could have been a car behind them, and it could have sideswiped them, and then, you know, she goes in the water and they can't get out. I don't think that it was intentional. I don't think this was a intentional homicide. I don't think that she was killed and rolled into the water. I do not discount. I think there's a very good possibility that somebody saw this and they didn't know what to do, you know, and left. But accidental in the sense that this was not meant to happen.
So you don't just so I'm sorry, I'm over here freaking texting people about the UFC fight. So do you think or not think the tow truck driver / AAA or AAA person, you think he's telling the truth or you think he's lying?
I don't think it's accurate. I think if he did indeed service a car out there, I think that it was somebody else. I don't think there's any way, because here's the thing: the phone pings it. I was given the cell phone ping location when I got to Truckee, and it's 50 yards from where that car was found. So that means, and also keep in mind, like the phone records, like the Verizon phone records, stuff, they've been accessed.
Guys, look, my thing with this whole thing is he's a personal investigator, correct?
Supposed to be, I thought.
Why is he on YouTube talking about it? I know they wanted him to come on. Zab Girl is a huge true crime panel, but if I'm a personal investigator, I don't want people to see my face on YouTube, because how many people seen this video, guys? Let's see how many people actually seen this video. 50,000 people have seen this video.
He's also a fashion photographer.
Yeah, guys, why would, if I'm a personal investigator, I'm gonna mind my own business. People's gonna know who I am because, you know, it is a business. But I mean, in the same means, I'm not gonna let everybody just know until I actually get a call. If I'm not gonna go out and tell people, oh, well, I'm a personal investigator.
Hi, my name's Steven. I'm a private investigator.
See, that's just me though. That's just me. You know, he's different. I mean, I give him that, but that's the same person who actually, messaged us over on Glare. Whenever I put a message over on Glare's channel, SF Investigates comes on there and says that the investigation is closed, in his opinion, or something like that. You guys remember that?
Yeah, he's allowed to have his opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, he's an investigator and it's still open.
Right.
I mean, you're a private investigator. You don't know that, SF?
Wasn't he BFS with the family?
I mean, you was with the family the whole time. But yet you go to say that you're not ruling out anything, but if anything, that you think it would be an accidental death, meaning someone else was actually, something happened, whether it went in neutral, rolled down, drove into the water, whatever else, but in the same means, you contradict that word too.
Boy, he just set the scene, didn't he?
I mean, it doesn't make sense, SF. I mean, these are the interviews that made this case weird, and it wasn't actually done a very good job of it, SF. So, yeah, it wasn't. I'm sorry. How many people in the case say it? Yeah. Jesus is closed. What is up, Jesus is closed? He has between family and truth. He's got pics, kids online. I was there for one day. He knows what happened. Oh yeah, no, he knows what happened. SF knows what happened, guys.
Yep.
All these people knows what happened. This was not a accidental death, guys.
No.
This was foul play. Stories don't add up, guys. There's no pictures of this party. She was at this party. Where's the pictures? Why? How come the cops hasn't went over the fire cam footage? Whose cars was those? There's even a car parked then down at the bottom facing their car when it goes in, guys. It's terrible.
I think the 300 to 400 people that they're talking about are trucky.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, guys. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the video, or let's go ahead and answer some more questions. Is a photographer too? See, that's weird, guys. It's just weird. I don't know. SF, just another photographer. Kiely's case, so many photographs in her case. Did he actually post that one with their teeth overlapping each other? Because that actually is a real thing, guys. I remember hearing the channel say that when he asked his company about the camera footage, their response was, "What camera footage? Weird, sus." Yes, suspect. It is sus. April, 100%. On top of that, Slim says SF should be embarrassed to keep his mouth shut. He had last phone ping location, and he had the drone air. Yeah, and they didn't spot it on top of all the police, all the divers, guys. And then just so happened, Adventures with a Purpose comes in and finds his car. They just called clear. See, they didn't even want Adventures with a Purpose in that water, guys. They said they called that clear. And if you watch Adventure with a Purpose video, they said, well, we just put it over here because we felt we wanted to comb this ourselves and call it clear. So, yeah. It's weird, guys. 100%. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video.
Since those are social media and everything like that. So the location, so the phone has to go in the water. Before she went to the party, she stopped and got 2 gallons of gas. She was almost, and that was her normal kind of routine, like, a 16-year-old, being 16, so they knew that the radius.
Yes, do you know where she stopped at? Which gas station?
Yeah, so she lives by a not a Texaco.
Oh, did he cause?
Okay. She lives by at the end of Coldstream. If you look at it on a map, right at the 80 and Coldstream. There's a pretty sure it's either Chevron or it's one of those right there.
Oh, like a truck stop.
No, this is a regular one. Now the surveillance photo was taken at a truck stop. But she got the gas at a different. So they immediately pulled the surveillance photos from all the gas stations within what they figured was the radius that she could go on 2 gallons of gas, and so nothing came up there. And they got the AAA. They've got all the dispatch records. They've got the video. They've got all that. And as of 3 days ago, I know that I'll tell this. So I got a lead from somebody that emailed me a lead saying that they were aware that somebody murdered her and they gave the person's identity and everything.
What?
It seemed like I don't think it's credible.
What did he say? Let's go back on that.
They've got all the dispatch records, they've got the video, they've got all that. And as of 3 days ago, I know that I'll tell this. So I got a lead from somebody that emailed me a lead saying that they knew somebody, they were aware that somebody murdered her, and they gave the person's identity and everything. It seemed like I don't think it's credible, but
did he just say 3 days ago they made it aware that somebody murdered her?
I'm not sure.
Let's go back one more time, guys.
Yeah.
you could go on 2 gallons of gas, and so nothing came up there. And they got the AAA, they've got all the dispatch records, they've got the video, they've got all that. And as of 3 days ago, I know that I'll tell this. So I got a lead from somebody that emailed me a lead saying that they knew somebody, they were aware that somebody murdered her, and they gave the person's identity and everything. It seemed like I don't think it's credible, but I have to turn all that over to FBI and everything. So when I contacted the FBI about 5 or 6 days ago and her family about it, the FBI replied back, get a hold of Nevada County because we have it closed on our
end. Damn, the FBI told somebody to get a hold of a lesser? Damn.
Of who?
Church.
A lesser?
Oh, yeah. Well, they said that their investigation is, wrapped up. So we went to Nevada, and then Nevada did contact me about it, and then her dad talked to them about it. And, I know that the last word was they have no reason right now.
Damn, are you a cop?
No, I'm a private investigator.
Damn.
But they have no reason to believe it's foul play. But I can't say with 100% certainty. There's nothing that.
Did he say that they have no reason to think it was foul play? Let's go back on that, because if so, he just contradicted himself again, guys. He goes on and he says that there's no that he got contacted saying that there's actually basically murder.
Yep.
And then he goes on right here to say what?
Did contact me about it, and then her dad talked to them about it. And I know that the last word was they have no reason right now.
Damn, are you a cop?
No, I'm a private investigator.
Damn.
But they have no reason to believe it's foul play. But I can't say with 100% certainty. There's nothing that at the beginning I definitely was leaning that way. I don't see anything that really.
SF, do you know what you're talking about? Because you just contradicted your words. You just said they have no reason not to think that it was, or they don't. Let's go back one more time, guys. I want to make sure of this before I say this.
So we went to Nevada, and then Nevada did contact me about it, and then her dad talked to them about it. And I know that the last word was they have no reason right now.
Damn, are you a cop?
No, I'm a private investigator.
Damn.
But they have no reason to believe it's foul play. But I can't say with 100%.
They have no reason to believe it's foul play, but you got contacted by somebody saying that it was a murder. But they have no reason to believe it was foul play because you ruled that out? Or who ruled that out?
So Nevada was investigating the crash, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Nevada and the FBI.
And then Placer was investigating the death.
What is up, Claire Bear? Yes, supposedly.
So I'm not sure how they can both be closed. Like, one can be open and one can be closed. That's what doesn't make sense right now.
No, it doesn't. And how are you going to say that you got word that it was a murder, and then in the same means no one thinks there's foul play?
Right.
I don't know. It's just a whole weird subject. This whole thing is weird, guys. It makes absolutely no sense.
Right. And how one investigation can be open and then one can be closed.
Yeah. Yeah. And SF said that the case was closed, but it's actually still open, guys. It's an ongoing investigation. Ryan says, "Are you a cop? You're a lesser?" Yeah, that was funny, guys.
Yes.
And I knew with you guys, with people with ADHD, never think that they're not listening, guys. They may be doing tons of other things, but they're still listening to what's going on around them.
Oh, yeah.
That's 100% right. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Uncertainty. There's nothing that at the beginning, I definitely was leaning that way. I don't see anything that really.
But what about what AWP found, though? Like, you don't find that suspicious, though? Like,
Which part?
Found, I think the passenger side window was busted out before because there was only one pile of glass. Now that those divers are going down there, they're saying there's just one pile of glass. It looks like where they flipped over the car and it's the driver, or the driver's side broke. So where did that window break out from? Like, I think something happened before.
So Ventures of Purpose won't talk with me anymore. So, and they, but from what I heard on a live stream today or yesterday, they actually clarified that the passenger window was down, but not broken out.
Exactly, Dr. Lewis.
And what we were told when we arrived on scene is that the passenger window was down and that the rear driver passenger was 3/4 of the way down.
The dude wiped it off.
Yeah, I mean, you can
in the video,
see which are down.
Yes,
he even says underwater. Yeah, he says broke. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Yeah, he wipes the other window too with his hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Today, I mean, I heard somebody sent me a clip. I could try and find it in Discord. Somebody sent me a clip where today he said, or it might have been yesterday. I apologize. He seemed to walk that back and say. And this was actually I think it was on Grizzly's show. He seemed to walk it back and say that it was down. I don't know though. I mean, he does keep going back and forth.
See, so SF Investigates has actually been watching true crime channels, True Crime Grizzly or whatever, Grizzly True Crime.
Wow.
So he's been watching all these true crime channels actually, cover this stuff, quote unquote. Which I think everybody's made Kiely Rodni videos, guys, at this point, because it makes no sense. But he goes on to basically say that there's no way that he could have wiped the videos. SF just said, "Oh well, people's been sending me videos," and then Zab Girl goes, "Are you sure?" Because it goes to show that one window was busted out because a pile of glass was there. I mean. There's so much stuff in this case that does not add up in the phone calls, no pictures, all that stuff, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
Oh, wait a minute. What about this? What if they're calling him the tow truck driver?
Yes,
to defer the fact that he was actually in a van to give a different visual. What if the AAA driver was a real person? Which is why he was parked waiting around, because then if Jagger would have been the guy there, they would have had to have two phones, which would have made the tow truck slash AAA driver's story correct. Then he said the only reason he knew about it was because of seeing a picture of it in a coffee shop and was like, wait a minute, that's that girl, right? Dude. What if he's telling the truth? Because that would make sense on why he pinpointed them perfectly. Because why would you overshoot it?
Good morning, Rebecca.
To make yourself even look more guilty unless you're telling the truth.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why.
What do you think SF Investigates?
So this is a trick question.
I didn't completely follow.
Exactly.
That, to be honest.
So what if? Okay, I'll say it again. I'll say it quicker.
Yeah.
All right. So what if we say the van driver? So you know how everybody was calling him a tow truck driver?
Yeah.
Okay, so a tow truck is not a van. They're two separate things.
Right.
That's
so
funny.
Whoever started the "hey, it's a tow truck driver" thing.
So do you guys see what Ryan did here?
Yep.
He knew SF wasn't listening at this point. He said a long story trying to explain what he was trying to explain, but SF wasn't listening. So now he's going to take this story and put it in perspective of a more clear view with different words, with different pictures. And SF Investigates is going to have this answer, guys.
I don't know who that is, but that's kind of weird because he wasn't driving a tow truck, right?
Right.
So if he was a AAA person, that would make more sense because he was there to charge a battery, like he said, right? So that makes sense. Then, if there was two phones to make this happen, the car in the water thing, and Kiely's phone was quote unquote smashed or lost or whatever. Yeah. That would be why the tow truck driver said her phone was dead when he tried to call back and it didn't answer, so he had to call another number because it was somebody from the other phone calling him that had the fucking number off the other phone that they smashed and got rid of.
Well, he said that. I think he said that she called from somebody else's phone because she said hers was dead.
Yeah, but if she was dead, then she can't though.
But he also said, I mean, listen, I'm just pointing out something. He also said that he was there to service a dead battery, but then they figured out it was really that the car was in neutral.
But the car
not
was
a dead
neutral.
battery. But then he says, then he told her to keep it running for 2 hours, but you didn't have to charge the battery.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look what they're doing. They showed up, and then if you look at both stories, that would explain why they went back and forth and that they were acting weird, and he was like, bro, they were acting fucking weird, bro. That's because what do you want to bet? The two motherfuckers that was sitting right there was Jagger and Kate, and what's her name was in the back. That's why he gave the description of what looks exactly like Jagger and Kate. And if he don't know nothing about it, of course he's gonna be like, oh yeah, blonde-headed girl, silver CRV, dude, that was like a week ago. I went and serviced that car. It was really weird because I called, then I couldn't get a hold of them, so I had to sit around for a minute. They called me from another number. That's one phone smash. Call with the other phone with the number you got off the phone you just smashed.
Look, Claire, the AAA should actually have the videos too, but they don't. It was supposedly shut off. But as we know, if you look up AAA rules, the cameras are on all the time. Just like moving trucks now, just like all the other stuff, guys. The cameras are on all the time. What's up, Rachel? All the time. But what Ryan's saying here makes absolutely sense. But do you see SF's face right here? This is because Ryan is racking his brain. So, yeah, Ryan's racking his brain with words. That's what he's doing here. So Ryan actually changed what he said like 2 or 3 different times this whole subject, and SF Investigates not getting it. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy, guys. So with that being said, guys, I mean, the guys, the Nick, the tow truck driver, the van driver said there was cameras. There's no video. Nick, the tow truck driver, in an interview said that there was a guy and Kiely Rodni used her phone. Who called Kiely? Who called the tow truck driver? If that's the case, it had to have been the other guy that was with Kiely Rodni. That's what Church is saying. But at that point, why wasn't Kiely Rodni's phone charged? He got a phone call for a dead battery, but the phone call wasn't dead. Or the battery wasn't dead at that point. I see you, Scuba. That battery wasn't dead at that point. He said, now it goes on to say that it was in neutral. Well, the car will start in neutral. Absolutely doesn't make sense, guys. Anyways, let's bring on Scuba. Would you drop off, Scuba?
I accidentally hit the button.
I hear you. Ellen says SF gets so fizz. He does. He gets so binded up in this whole story, guys. He's thinking too much to this story. My question is, where did Kate go? She left the town and didn't come look back. Yeah, she did. She didn't. You're right. Claire Bear says, and who pays him? They don't. It for free. Who pays him? They don't. Oh, I see what you're saying, Claire Bear. I'm face purple wides. All right, what is up, Nada? How's it going? I barely went to Fiji. Wicked Blood Milk Queen, you are too funny. You are too funny, girl. Anyways, guys, let's jump back into the video.
Smashed. It fits perfect, like a puzzle piece.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
has it been verified that it was Kylie's car?
What?
Has it been verified that it was Kylie's car?
No, that's the whole thing. But my point is that the FBI went to AAA immediately, and they would have dispatch records. You know, whoever ordered the service would be a policyholder because that's an insurance product. The guy.
So in that case, SF, are you saying that Nick is fake? Nick works for AAA. So you're saying Nick was fake? Nick's lying. Let's go back and let's listen to what he says right here again, guys. Let's go back.
What?
Has it been verified that it was Kylie's car?
No, that's the whole thing. But my point is that
exactly
the FBI went to AAA immediately, and they would have dispatch records. You know, whoever ordered the service would be a policyholder because that's an insurance product.
Correct.
The guy said that there's video, rear and audio. You know, they went and got this information right away. I mean, they were on top of stuff. Like, I know that there was a guy that Kiely had met in Mexico, and they wanted, just because she had just briefly met him, they tracked him down.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't hear that. She met a guy in Mexico?
No, I mean, she was in Mexico on vacation.
I'm going to go to Mexico
like
on vacation.
a
What's
week
up, JG?
before she went missing. She had gone down there with Mags bomb, but, you know, like, they investigated everybody. Like, they tracked them down instantly when met with them. You can bet that something like this.
Yes, Slim. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I know that they did. They went out and pulled all those records, and the fact that they're not just pinging around everybody, you know, like, they're not interested. That lead is not of interest anymore.
Did they what lead's not interested?
interview Jagger?
Sorry, Zab, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Don't forget your question, Ryan. But did they interview Jagger? Did the FBI talk to Jagger at all? Do you know?
Yes.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah. They've talked to all. They've talked to. They've interviewed all the family, all the friends, and everything. Yeah.
Oh,
So everybody all the names that you'll hear, like that they are being mentioned. You know, like Kate and even like Nate and all those people. They've all been interviewed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had 45 when I was at the hotel. I know they had 45 just FBI alone there. That doesn't include, you know, there's 3 other agencies involved as well. I mean, they were talking to everybody.
So once they found the car, they think it's an accident? Because I mean,
no, definitely not. I mean, they processed it, you know. I mean, we were there a long time. I mean, they processed it as a crime scene. They told us, they said, you know, this is a crime scene, you know, and that's how they processed it. They brought in the FBI crime lab, it's a black trailer you see in the overhead shot. They brought that in from San Francisco. Took them like 3 or 4 hours to get it there. That was kind of the delay in pulling the car out. One of the delays of getting the car out. They definitely investigated it as a crime. I just don't think that they've found anything that really suggests that. Now, listen, how she ended up there is I don't get. You know, it's a. I mean, I've been there enough. It's a weird series of turns to make, unless she came down the beach from the other side. And the only way I could see that happening is if there was like other cars with her and they were playing around. They were known to kind of like fuck around in cars, you know, and like.
What do you think? Stuff. What do you think about the laptop guy?
That's so. So he called me when he found that, because he's like, I have no idea what.
I have a question. How are all these people able to call you?
Well, he's somebody. I met him when one time when I was out there. He had been searching, and he DM'd me. Well, he kept leaving comments saying, "I DM'd you. Please check. Please check." And then he's like, "Hey, you remember me?" And this, and I did remember who he was. And he said, I found this laptop. I'm trying to get a hold of law enforcement. I cannot get through to anybody. So I called Detective Saunier, who's the lead detective on it, and let him know about it. And then I called her, Kylie's father and grandfather, and the grandfather went out there immediately. And
which one is, just out of curiosity, and it's just because I keep seeing like different stuff on the internet. Which one is the dad and which one's the grandpa?
David Robinson is the grandfather, and Daniel Rodney's her bio guy.
Gotcha. All right.
Hey, Zev.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was the one who emailed you about the windshield.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Then, you want to ask him that?
Well, I just find it odd that nobody has mentioned this crack in the windshield above the steering wheel. It's a circular pattern.
Right.
The window's intact, but it's obvious that that window is dented, cracked,
Steve,
smashed, however you want to word it. So I've always pictured this as a tragic accident. Having 4 daughters myself between the ages of 18 and 26. I can imagine them, God forbid, I don't know if she was drinking or not, but even if
she
not,
was.
Okay, so we'll say she was drinking. Even if not, driving in that area, it just seems like it was a wrong turn. Maybe she flew. You know how even people have tried to go up that hill and they've gone down and gone into the water. It's almost as if she was maybe going fast, didn't have her seatbelt on, went up over that embankment, down, maybe unfortunately smacked into the windshield, knocking herself out and unable to get out. That's what I've always imagined. I think the fact that her car being seen 12 hours later at Boca is completely ridiculous to even think that if something was going, if there was foul play, why would they stay in that area for 12 hours with her car?
Exactly.
Or her car and her body in the back. It just makes no logical sense.
Well, they wouldn't have a choice. I mean, they're probably like, what do you do?
Especially
like they're probably trying to figure out
like,
what to do. I could see that.
That's a long
panic for
time.
Kids. They don't.
I know, but
at that time,
not a long time though. That was just the next morning. What do you mean?
Holly wasn't.
That's a long time though to have. If God forbid you had a dead body in the car, to just be. Yes, is it possible? Yes, but it's just not probable.
Hey, Zav, if you reverse the story that's been told, so the story that we know right now, if you look at it from front to back, it makes no sense. If you flip the story and do it from back to front, it makes perfect sense. There wasn't a party. They were seen at Boca. After they were seen at Boca, car gets dumped. They create a party. Everyone leaves. That's how AWP found the car there. That's why the AAA guy's there. Everything makes sense. But if you look at the story and flip it back to how it's supposed to be, nothing makes sense.
And also, the timeline of when the car was supposedly seen by the AAA guy, she wasn't a missing person, so he would not have.
Guys, look at SF Investigates after Ryan says that. Look at him. Look at him.
Right.
He's just kind of like, I don't even know what that posture is. That posture is like, I hate all this stuff. Like I'm unhappy. Like, or like why did I join this?
FML.
It's almost like that. What that is like, why did I join this type thing? So yeah, everybody, if you haven't actually subscribed, guys, please subscribe to the channel. We actually do at least 3 reviews or 3 reactions over here a day. We actually come over here and we actually do a live every single night. Over on the other channel, Upchurch Fan Podcast, we just started that. We do a live over there as well. So you guys are getting a live every single night, sometimes 2 to 3 lives a day, plus 2 to 3 reaction videos a day. So yes, it is well worth it, guys. We actually have super stickers, super chats available. So get those if you guys would like, guys. Also, hit that thumbs up. It helps us get an algorithm. It helps us get our face out there. It helps us get known. So, yes, it helps us get in front page, guys. So, I really appreciate everybody in here. Anyways, Scuba, what do you think?
I think it's crazy.
It's weird. This is a case that, guys, there's no, like, I keep repeating this, but there's no phone.
Yeah.
We haven't even found her phone. People's like, oh, we have found her phone. That's not been said.
We don't know what's on her computer.
We don't know what's on her computer because it was just given back. The FBI didn't take that and get whatever they could off of the computer. Who knows? She could have sent out an email, the last part, guys. But I'm sure they actually already checked their email. But there's stuff on the laptop that she could actually save. So why wasn't the hard drive actually taken?
Right.
Where's this guy that actually made this phone call for the AAA?
Well, and her iPhone was connected to her laptop. She had a MacBook.
Yeah, she had a MacBook, guys. I mean, there's no pictures of this party at all. This case is a weird case, guys. It really is. Absolutely makes no sense. So yeah. Dodger Bullet says, ask Sammy where her phone is. Yes. Jess says, hey, Jess. Barbie says, SF was nervous. He was squirming. His seat. He couldn't get off quick enough. Ryan had him all scared and close his voice. He's being heard. People like him appreciate his voice. 100%. D. Libby, how's it going? It's weird. Why did her grandpa say Kiely embarrassed the family? Guys, I didn't hear that, but my better question to this is, whenever her grandpa grabbed the laptop and took it over to the cop and said, "What should I have gloves on to handle this?" And the cop's like, "No, you don't need no gloves." But the cop wouldn't touch it.
Right.
Because he actually was going to hand it to the cop for the cop to actually put away.
Yeah.
But the cop wouldn't touch it. It's just weird. Ryan caught him in his lies. Totally couple from Yoba were found dead. And a connection go way deep. LE have it. Yes. LE is weird, guys. LE is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yes, it's weird, guys. Anyways, let's jump back to the video.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Right.
but it still doesn't change the fact that they would have her car for 12 hours in the same area and risk getting caught.
Well, that would make it where we
And-
don't know how long they had it. So there's really no time on how long they had it. 12
Well, we
hours
pretty
or
much
1 hour.
know when she got from the party time
1
to
hour.
when they said the triple A guy made this claim. You know what I mean? Odds are it was not her vehicle.
Why?
I think that's what's being basically said. It's not been confirmed and it wasn't her vehicle. That's my personal opinion. It just
Yes,
doesn't make
Sage.
any
Do you think do you think the guy thinks it was her vehicle though, or is he just
Yeah,
you thinking he's
I think he's legit. I think
This is actually still an open case.
Yep.
So yeah, let me run by this real quick. There's no pictures of this party. Her car goes off in the water 2 miles away, and the cam just happens to catch a car going off into the water. I mean, we can go on. The guy that was actually with Kylie Rodney, so the Nick says a tow truck driver, that AAA driver, said that he called with his phone because Kylie Rodney's was dead. Where's his phone? Where's he at? Where's the pictures of the party? I mean, so yeah. I mean, it's still an open case, Sage. So
But
yes.
he wasn't there. He was 4 hours away, supposedly.
Yeah. Jagger
And
was 4 hours
she
away.
Was supposedly charging her phone in her car.
Yeah, so where's her phone at? They
And
found
why
the
was it
laptop.
dead?
The cops didn't even take the laptop. The cops didn't even clean up after the site.
Mm.
I mean, the cops didn't even dive to clean up her stuff, guys.
Yep.
That's absolutely insane. If it's an accident, or whether it be an accident, whether it be actually a murder, you think they would clean up the site to actually find out what else they're going to find.
I just feel like it was planted there.
They didn't. They cleaned up nothing of Kylie Rodney's. A YouTuber cleaned up what was Kylie Rodney's. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the... Yeah, that's what I'm saying, D-Libby. There's too much stuff. The cops didn't clean up after her. For all the who knows, we could have had a phone call to her laptop, guys. That it could have been on a hard drive. So what if they checked their phone records? I mean, there's a such thing as a hot number. There's a such thing as a throwaway number. There's a such thing as a scratch. You see what I'm saying? Some calls don't even show up. I mean, there's apps out there for this. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, guys. It doesn't make sense. What is up, Stacy? How are you? If anything, why would the cops leave the trash? That's what I'm saying. The cops left all the trash there.
I mean, wouldn't you want every single piece?
Did not search any of her stuff that was on the flooring of on the sand, whatever it may be on the bottom of this reservoir, which is probably sand. So yeah,
they dove all right.
Yeah, Check It TV is the one that actually found her stuff. He took it upon himself to actually dive for her stuff and clean up her stuff. The cops wasn't even involved in the cleanup. Why wasn't the cops involved? It's so easy to say this is an accident and just throw everything away, guys. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
Probably maybe service a similar car, maybe even a CRV. I just don't think it's logical
like
to think that it was
though.
her
Like
vehicle.
I don't believe in coincidences like that.
That
though.
would
Like,
be a
if
really
there's a
big-
girl and a guy, the girl's acting really weird, the same kind of car, the same
If
like
we don't know though. We do not know if it was the same kind of. We don't know anything. I just think if you really think about it logically, it's not probable of what happened because they're risking. Yes, they're kids,
Look
but
at Zav.
she's already like obviously her family's already even wondering where it's 2 hours past the time her family started looking for her. Why would they stay in the same area? It just
it wasn't. It was in Boca though.
Yeah,
that's right near Prosser Reservoir. Yeah, it's the
And
same
if you take
area.
if you take that scenario where the dude's saying it's true, wouldn't that explain why everyone that was around there was like, "Hey, don't check at the last known location. Check everywhere else."
Right.
So they checked everywhere else. There was nothing.
Right.
Right.
Well, I guess they thought AWP was going to get tired and just didn't know about AWP.
But I do find it odd.
Which would explain why everybody's pissed after they found her.
Yeah, why it's Steve, don't you find it weird that Jagger and Kate both are so mad at AWP for finding like they found your friend? Why are they so mad about that? That looks guilty to me.
Well, I'm not super thrilled with them either. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm super grateful they found her. I think that the notification process
what is up, so strong?
Was bad. I think them throwing the family and other people under the bus on that is I think it all could have been done correctly.
When you say throw under the bus, what do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't see them throw anybody under the bus. That's why I'm confused with all that.
Well, because they're saying that the family was notified, and they're saying the family's lying about being notified.
They were notified. I mean, they were notified the way that the contact info that they had. We seen they notified the people that they had, and we saw them tell the dad too.
But but I told the dad and brought the dad there.
Because you were contacted, correct?
That was you in the AWP video?
Yes.
Why was your face blurred out?
Because they know I'm gonna tell.
Oh, that was
the
you.
Truth. Yes.
I didn't even realize.
Well, if they know you're going to tell the truth, they're not going to post it.
Sorry if that was out, guys.
Okay, I'm a little slow now. I didn't realize that was you that was blurred out. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like
But off of Mama Force theory,
to answer your question,
17.
Wait, hold on. Let him answer the question. He didn't answer. Go ahead.
When you said, they notified me or whatever, or I don't know, that is not how we're. Somebody I work with in Tennessee saw it. An analyst I work with, DX Mystery. She saw it on Facebook, and it had been published like 28 minutes earlier. I got the call from her at 2:48 p.m. Saying
the Spanish lady.
What's that?
The Spanish lady.
No, the Spanish lady. What do you mean?
No, never mind.
Oh no. So she said, and I was standing right in front of him. She's like, it's on all over Facebook. They found her. I was like, oh my God. And so I had to tell them, and then we went down there, and then so I know everybody's saying, oh, they told her, but that's not how it happened. It had been out for 25, minutes. I don't know how they got the contact people numbers of the ones they did, but that's not her like blood relatives, and the relatives.
That's the number that they had, though. They didn't have
Who did they get it from?
I don't know, but that's probably the only contact that they had because that's what they showed. I mean, they were supposed to probably supposed to reach out and contact the other people. So when did they actually find the car? Because I heard it was 2 hours later.
Well, so I watched their documentary or whatever today, and if you look on their sonar, it has time on there, and some of the time says 12 11, and then there's other that says 3:30. So they obviously filmed some of that. Is just acting. They just filmed it after the fact.
What the
Or
AWP
maybe they were
thing?
waiting to. But do you look at it? Why don't
They
you look
lead
at it
to
like
several
they found it
different
at like around
fucking lakes.
noon, and they contacted people and they waited for everybody to be informed before they
And they
did
made it
anything.
very
That
clear
makes sense to
that
me that they waited.
Okay.
That's what isn't that what you're asking them to wait? And that, wasn't that what they were doing? They were
Well,
waiting.
so they put in the thing. When he's on the phone, it says Aunt.
See, Ellen. So the mom didn't come because she said she wasn't there. She was at the house doing other things.
She was eating sushi.
She was eating sushi, and then on top of that, she was supposed to meet Kiely Rodni the next morning at Starbucks, and then they was gonna go camping. Why wasn't the mom there looking for Kiely Rodni? Kiely Rodni didn't show up. Guys, I'm a father. I'm a father of two. I got a 19-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. Let me tell you something. I will be waiting up at nighttime by the door. And when my daughter comes home, if my daughter doesn't come home when I tell her to, if she's a little late, I call her phone. She doesn't answer a couple times I'm going looking for her. And on top of that, she's going to have the trace on her phone on. That way you can trace her phone. Guys, look, it's too easy for our teenagers to go off and do stuff that we don't know about, guys. And you know, having a trace on a phone, iPhone, you could, you know, doesn't have to have, you can trace her phone wherever she goes. That's how it should be when they're teenagers, guys. We are their protectors. We're there to protect, correct?
Yep.
I mean, we are their protectors, guys. It's just like cameras, motion sensors for babies. I mean, Quentin Simon. I can go on. If there was cameras on, well, they said it was turned off on that case, but why was it turned? Oh, you can go. That's a whole nother subject, guys. But I mean, cameras, motion sensors. You can go get click cameras, guys. Look, I got a click camera on me all times for swatting. That's the thing to do. That way, somebody goes to swat you, you can be like, hey, this is what I was doing. You can see my computer screen, see I wasn't looking up stupid stuff, whatever. So that's the reason why I have a click camera. But as far as cameras go, you can get click cameras for like $28 for 2. And they're awesome cameras. The audio's awesome. You could be sitting in the front room and have a click camera downstairs, and if you talk loud enough, you can hear the audio through the click camera. Not only that, if someone comes in your house with a click camera, you can actually push down the button on your phone, and you could talk through the click camera and tell them to get out. So yes, you could talk through the click camera as well. $28 for 2. If you don't want a camera, put up motion sensors on your door. This is all to protect ourselves and all to protect our children, guys. And that's the way we should do. 100%. It can save lives. And if it doesn't save your life, if something happens to you and you do get murdered, at least your family knows who to go after because you got that murderer or whoever it may be on camera. 100%. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the video.
This is Lori, on the bottom of the screen, Laurie. And I put a statement out that I received from Lori saying she never received a call. So I don't know
Who's
what
Lori?
That's who they said they called, the aunt. Now they edited that out. They edited that out, and they're saying, "Oh, we did that at the request of the family," but they edited it out because the statement came out. So I don't know. You know, I would just wish they would say, "Listen, they did a fantastic thing. They did an amazing thing." She would be a cold case if it was not for Adventures with Purpose.
Yeah,
there is no doubt. But why not just
after the cops called that clear? Guys, there was tons of money spent on this search for Kiely Rodni.
Tons.
And they called that clear where Kiely Rodni's car was found. Now, there's only 2 things to this, guys. Either they overlooked her car, or the car was put in there after the cops looked for it for AWP to find. There's no other thing. So it was one or another. Now, is it 100% facts? No, it's not. I'm stating my opinion. And I think that more than likely they overlooked the car. So, but it's one or another, guys. It has to be. What else is going to happen? The car fell from the drone dropped the car in. I mean, come on now.
Cloudy chance of CRVs.
I mean, it's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous case. This was actually done very wrong. People's talking way too much, trying to change stories way too much. You have a private investigator online on a YouTube channel spilling out and actually, confusing himself The car that came out looked like it had a sunroof on it, guys. You can see that plain as day. But who am I to say anything about that? I'm just a YouTuber covering true crime and whatever else we want to cover on this channel. Yeah, I mean, it's 100% true, though. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the video.
Why now the family just feels like now we've got the whole internet turned against us because they think we're ungrateful when that's not the case. They're just like, we never gotten, you know, to this date, they've never heard from them. And law enforcement never got a call. They learned about it on the internet, on Facebook.
Who is blocking all the calls from getting to the law enforcement?
Right.
Right.
Listen, I know they have Detective Sonier's phone number. I know they do because they were talking. They were in contact with him before. He gave them the ping location and everything.
So,
I don't know why they didn't call.
Steve,
But they're also
why
saying-
didn't the? Oh, I'm sorry.
But they're also saying that the guy that found all the stuff at the bottom couldn't get in touch with the law enforcement either.
He couldn't, but he didn't know. He didn't know any. You know, he didn't know any of those people. And that's why he was trying to get a hold of me, and that's why I called Detective Sonier about it. He was very like he was calling the non-emergency line, and they were kind of bouncing him around. I told him either I can call Sonier or I suggested just call 911. You know, don't be afraid to call 911 about that. You know, and they did end up coming out. They weren't going to at first. But.
Sorry,
So they did
supposedly
come
the
get
tip
it,
line
like-
wasn't working, right?
The what?
I'm just trying to take advantage of us having somebody who who's actually like a PI that was there because we can ask a bunch of questions.
Right.
I probably know less than you hope, but
Can we look at the
Hmm.
timeline again? What we just talked about. So 12 o'clock is when they probably found her.
Actually, you seem to know a lot about what they're talking about. You seem to be saying the opposite of what the cops are talking about. You say that you're the one to tell the truth, but you can tell you're nervous as hell at the same time about saying what you want to say. I mean, you even go on to say that about the car, about that they actually thought it was murder at the time. And then you go on to say that they didn't even think it was foul play, which it turned out it was an accident. So they say, quote unquote. There's too much stuff going on in this case. Too many people talking in this case. Too much law enforcement, well, not talking at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody else but the law enforcement talking because the law enforcement doesn't want to contradict themselves. So everybody else is sent to talk or to talking to actually contradict the whole thing. You see, it's like news media is when they put a clip on TV and then you read about that clip. Usually that clip on TV is not even close to what actually you read about.
Right.
So some things is actually put in there, like Brian Koberger. Let's put him as is. He's not been charged with murder, guys, but they say it could be 2 months.
6 months.
Yeah, now 6 months.
We're looking June.
Yeah, so there you go. But yet he stabbed four people, brutally stabbed 4 people. They can't even find a knife. They didn't even have a suspect for 49 days.
Yep.
He brutally stabbed 4 people, Brian Koberger, and well, I mean, so okay, allegedly speaking,
yes.
He stabbed 4 people. So they think. But they found a sheaf by the bed with his DNA on it, but it takes 6 months.
Touch DNA.
There you go. And then go to find out that one of the survivors actually seen Brian Koberger walk by the house, in the house, and identified him with bushy eyebrows, a mask on, and everything else. And that, guys, if you brutally stab 4 people, you're going to be covered in blood all over you. But black's not going to show the blood. Only if there's light hitting it at that time. But you're going to be walking. I'm sure your shoes has blood on it. So, guys, they're reconstructing that whole crime scene, guys. But I mean, it just goes to show you that if they wouldn't have caught Brian Koberger within a year, they said that could have been a cold case. A murderer killing 4 people. Look at the BTK killer.
Mm-hmm.
The bind, torture, and kill. He went on for how long?
Long time.
I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Golden State Killer. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can go on. This happens all the time. But usually we catch who did it. It's ridiculous because I don't think Kiely Rodni was an accident. I do believe there was foul play 100%.
Is that Tinkerbell I hear?
No. Oh, can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you guys hear my candy and hit my teeth too? Okay, good.
No,
Yeah.
I can just hear her.
I think Tinkerbell is outside. So yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you. Let's see. What is up, Timothy? How's it going, fam? So yeah, it just goes to show you guys that this stuff happens all the time. But yet they say that on Brian Kohlberger that a house camera next door picked up audio. I mean, do we see how this actually all revolves around each other?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no pictures in Kiely Rodni case. None. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the video.
Right. And they didn't notify, you didn't know about it until what, almost
2:48.
They probably waited a couple hours before they posted it online because they probably contacted the family, waited for family to get a hold of law enforcement, all that to happen. They waited 2 hours, it sounds like. I mean, I think that's a good amount of time to expect the great aunt. I think it was the great aunt, right? That was supposed to probably contact the family. They had the contact number that they had. They did what they were supposed to. They called the contact number and they gave them 2 hours before they probably posted anything, right? So why is that? I don't understand how that's wrong. That's 2 hours. It sounds like almost.
If they could show they did that.
Well, you just said the time, so we know there was a time between 12 and then 3, right?
Right, but I don't know that. Listen, they haven't produced anybody. If they could get whatever Lori,
hope you get better with
they called. I think that would be very helpful if we get a statement from that person.
Okay, I heard. It's been going around that I think it's
Now they changed the name to LORI.
Yeah, Tony's dad's sister or something. It would be the great
right.
aunt.
It's a very distant step relative. Here's the thing. The volunteer trail, the trailer where all the volunteers checked in and you picked up water and all the maps spread and everything was right at the entrance of Prosser. The family was living there in a trailer. There was family there 24/7. It's very easy to get their number. The number was posted on the side of the trailer. So I don't know.
Yeah, but they went by the number that they had because he did explain the difference between Lori and Lori.
How did they get the number? One of them was in Chicago.
Does this name ring a bell to anybody? Viridiana Medina.
I haven't heard that one.
No, Viridiana. No, I don't.
Okay.
Who is it?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Steve, can I ask if the family made any attempt to get a hold of AWP when they got there, when they arrived?
No, because they only knew through social media. Like, first of all, keep in mind, I mean, this is a family that is brand new to this. Like, people like us are around this a lot and have heard these names and stuff like that. They have no idea. You know, people are trying to get EquiSearch and everything out there. They're hearing all these names. You know, so they don't have any contact.
Yeah. So Slim, I like ASUS. I love ASUS routers. ASUS has got a router that you can do a lot with, guys. So go look at ASUS. I mean, it's expensive, but it'd be well worth it.
With AWP, and they only hear what people are saying online, you know, like when they're going to be arriving. And they said, I think they changed their timeline to Thursday, but then they like broke an axle or something. Then they were coming Friday. Nobody knew exactly, you know, when they were going to be there.
But they were excited. I mean, they were hopeful. They wanted them to help.
The only conversation I had with them before was they asked me if AWP was legit. That's all they asked.
Okay.
Wow.
So can I ask how you came to be involved and became their private investigator?
I'm not their private investigator. I'm not retained by them. work a lot of these cases on a pro bono basis. I just fly around and I do it on a volunteer basis. I went up there. I was just as a searcher. I was just going through the woods and around Prosser and everything, and I got to know the family simply by going to the volunteer trailer. They were there all the time. You know,
SF, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Zanime?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Zanime is?
I don't think so.
You don't. What? I thought you were investigating this case, though.
I was searching for Kiely. Yeah, I mean, but
so you don't know about the Zanime girl?
No.
You never seen her?
Well, who is she? And then maybe I'll like.
She's the lady that was canoeing over where the car was found.
Oh, I don't. I mean, I definitely went on a couple days that I was out there searching. There was definitely people in canoes out there. I mean, there's a lot of people in canoes out there, and on paddle boards.
Which also plays into part of the time difference in the video the AWP produced, because they were trying to be discreet, and they made that very clear in the video that they were trying to be discreet and not cause
I did, Kleber. Thank you.
attention.
Do you know Ronnie Jones, the Ronnie Jones character?
No, I mean, I've heard that name just from going around the internet, but I don't know anything about it.
You heard that name. You're investigating the whole damn thing. Ronnie Jones's cousins was there, and he says he was. Well, how come you haven't heard about that? You're a private investigator, my friend. SF, whenever you came in, Glare, whenever I left a message in Glare and you came in there and you said something totally about, in your opinion, this is closed. SF Investigate did that to us, guys. Left a message saying, in my opinion, this case is closed. Whenever I went over to Glare's channel, left a message. He said, in my opinion, this case is closed. You're a private investigator. How do you know it's not closed? It's actually an ongoing investigation. It's an open case. So be it.
God.
Goodness. And yeah, SF is the person standing with the blurred out AWP video. Yeah. I mean, why did they blur him out? Why did they blur him out for? Because he's a private investigator?
You gotta make sure you can tell everybody he's the one with the tattoos.
Yeah, but if he's if he was blurred out, guys, this isn't doing any good being on here. 50,000 people have seen this video. And that was what, 3 months ago? Was that 3 months ago?
Oh, I think it was 4 months ago.
3 months ago.
Well, 3 months ago, okay.
Yeah, this is posted 3 months ago.
Okay.
So you're on here. Why are you blurred out, SF? I mean, I'm just saying, 100%. Am I saying you're involved in any of this? No, I'm not. But I'm just saying all these interviews doesn't intertwine with each other. Too many people's talking. And you should be investigating stuff, and the cops should be doing what they're doing, but the cops said it was an accident whenever they called the place clear wherever Kiely Rodni's car was supposedly at, and an AWP comes along and finds it within an hour. Doesn't make sense, guys. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Got it. I mean, I honestly, like, I don't even have, like, I had to set up.
But you know, Zanime is the only other person who, like, physically with her mouth said she was at the party, right?
I got it, Claire.
No, I don't know that.
Well, dude, you better investigate that.
Well, I'm not. I mean,
yes.
I'm not. I mean, you know, law enforcement's investigating it. You know, it's like, I'm just telling you, like,
oh, did you? Okay.
I was just asked me to come on here and just tell what I know, just to somebody that was there and somebody that's been in contact with the family and law enforcement after the fact. But I don't, you know, I'm not. I mean, obviously, just as a person, I've come to conclusions, and I have you know, thoughts about it, but I just don't see. I absolutely thought it was foul play at the beginning. I just can't find anything to make that stick right now.
What about the parents? I mean, does her dad think there's foul play, or does he think it's an accident?
I have to look into.
So I don't want to speak on their behalf.
I'll have to look into that, Claire Bear, because it doesn't even look like him. It's not even the same color hair as him. in my opinion. Yeah, I'll have to look at that because I don't want to show this and then it be false and we're making. But you know, yeah, that's not how we do. That's not how I like to do over here. I like everything to be facts, and if it's not, I don't like to show pictures that I don't know about. But yeah, I mean, it does resemble his tattoos, but it looks like he's bigger. It does. It looks like he's bigger than he is in that picture. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, but he's wearing a white shirt too. So yes, white makes us look bigger, guys, for some odd reason. V, I'm much older than white. Yes. So yeah, I will look into this and I'll find the picture. But I do appreciate it. So Claire Bear, 100%. Thank you for the pick. I really appreciate that. Exactly, it's not okay. So Claire's Bear says exactly it's not him. It doesn't look like him, guys. I'm not gonna show this, guys. I will show this some other time. I wanted to look into this a little bit more and then I'll show you guys. So yeah, I mean I'm sure you can find it on the internet anyways. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and go on with the video.
I know that they want every possibility looked into, and I'm the same way. Listen, if somebody did this, then they need to spend the rest of their life in a cell,
right?
And I mean that, like
that video that you're in on AWP.
Hold on, guys. I just got an email saying that it's okay to actually show this. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this video or this picture. Let's go ahead and show it. So this is supposedly in SF Investigates. Hold on, let me turn my camera. SF Investigates without the. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. That guy right there in the white is supposedly him. Unblurred. Can you guys see that good?
Hold on just a second.
I mean, it's not real clear, but see if I can get a little closer. Yeah, that's supposedly SF Investigates right there. In the white. It doesn't even look like him, does it? Yeah, maybe if I put it a little bit. There you go. Doesn't even look like him. Yeah. Thank you, Claire Bear.
Yes, thanks.
Yes. Anyways, guys, it's always good to get clarification that it's okay to show something that you can't, get your channel struck or whatever for it. So yes. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Who was the guy that was standing in the group? Because I can't tell, but who was the guy standing up there that was like, was she in the back before they said anything about her being in the back? Who was the guy that asked, was she in the back?
Oh, so I'm pretty sure that's probably the grandfather, because I say, was she seat belted in? And they go, no. And then he goes, was she in the back?
That's a weird statement.
I don't think it is. I mean,
just because you don't have your seatbelt on don't mean you're like shoved all the way in the back hatch. That's kind of.
Well, I missed that. Let's go back on that.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure that's probably the grandfather, because I say, was she seat belted in? And they go, no. And then he goes, was she in the back?
That's a weird statement.
That is weird. Why would they say that for?
I mean, I don't think it is. I mean,
just because you don't have your seatbelt on don't mean you're like shoved all the way in the back hatch. That's kind of weird. It's either you're kind of wearing your seatbelt or you're not.
Exactly.
So where do you know if they found her phone?
The last I've heard, the phone has not been found.
Yeah.
What if the phone?
Listen to this. That means it's not. I don't mean to say it like that, but we were just talking about this. So if it's not in the car and it's not where the car
Right.
was,
yeah,
doesn't that look suspicious? That that
was so
rid of somewhere different.
It does. There. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Now, I will say, and I don't know if this is out. I mean, I put it on my Twitter this morning, but I'm not the greatest at keeping up with stuff. I was contacted last night that there was
And guys, I want to point out, this is all speculations, guys, about SF. We don't know if he was there, whether he wasn't there. So this is all speculations, guys. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue with the video.
Not law enforcement divers, private divers with tanks that went down last night and I think this morning, and they said that they retrieved they were closer to like where the car really was resting, not where stuff might have been dumped out when they rolled it underwater. And they said that they retrieved a significant amount of other items. I don't know if that includes the phone. They haven't told me, but
I heard, well, if it was today, I did hear what it was, and I don't think it was the phone. I'm just
okay.
supposed to say the specifics.
No, you're probably right. I don't.
Apple products.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So
all this text messaging could have been from a laptop. And I'll say this.
Rose says, "What's up, Rose? How's it going? Hey, Bear Bones. Been listening. Just want to say I believe it was Blur Guy is SF, and in my opinion, he was blurred out because he wanted to be paid for his appearance on WWE, and that very well could be. Yes, people does do that whenever they come, a private investigator, whatever. They actually want, hey, you're making money off of what I'm saying, what you heard me say, because you had an open mic on, you didn't tell us." So therefore, I mean, they could actually put that as them hearing that as well. So yes, there's a lot of stuff that actually whenever you film something that whenever they're around other people, you got to make absolutely clear and have it in writing. So yes. Anyways, thank you, Rose. Let's go ahead and get back to the video.
This man, dude, I watch a lot of murder shows and all that stuff, and I'm friends with a lot of
Kitty?
cops. Man,
how's it going?
Criminals in Nashville are way slicker than criminals down there. Criminals down there are kind of fucking stupid. Criminals here get away with everything.
Yeah, I mean that's a conversation that I actually have had with the father and the grandfather. And they're like, like, are they intelligent enough to pull something like this off? You know, like it would be the scenario. I definitely, like I said, I'm not ruling out that somebody saw it happen. Or
Wait a minute. Y'all was talking about how slick criminals are? That's weird.
Okay. But I haven't ruled out, somebody being in the car or the car could have gotten bumped and somebody made a dumb decision and they panicked and laughed.
Church almost makes it sound like, hey, you was talking about some kind of school chat, guys. Talking about how slick go back and look at close death encounters, you guys. I mean, that's actually what it sounds like he was almost watching.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the video. And those close to death counters or whatever, the GoPro, that's actually pretty awesome. I actually got something like that set up for us. I want to watch sometime too. So anyways, let's get back to the video.
But that's still accidental. When I say foul play, I'm talking about a purposeful act, like like a murder.
Brittany, what's up?
Well, what if it was like an accidental OD or something? The kids freaked out, so they're trying to like, oh, what do we do? And then what if that?
What did he say? Let's go back on that, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta listen to this very closely.
Talking about how slick criminals are? That's weird.
Okay. But I haven't ruled out,
like whatever, dude.
Somebody being in the car or the car could have gotten bumped and somebody made a dumb decision and they panicked and laughed, but that's still accidental. When I say foul play, I'm talking about a purposeful act, like a murder. So
what if it was like an accidental OD or something? The kids freaked out, so they're trying to like, oh, what do we do? And then what if that really was them the next day and they're trying to cover it up
because they're panicking?
Yeah, because they're panicking. They don't know what to do. They're kids, so they're not going to be the smartest. And that goes with what you said, Mama, before. They're not the smartest, so they stay close because they're like, we got to get rid of the car. They don't know what to do. So to me, being kids panic, being up all night, they probably haven't slept. They were partying all night. They aren't going to make the best decision. So them being at BOCO is probably them trying to get out of the area, and try to figure out what they wanted to do if it's them. I just think there's just, where's the phone at? That's suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll end up finding it, but if they don't find it in that area and it's not in the car, then where the heck is that phone? Because it would have been on her. And if it was an accident, it would be there. So I don't like that.
The fact that
they're not even the ones that cleaned up the area. A YouTuber cleaned up the area.
Right.
That's suspicious by itself, guys. Whenever you have a scene of somebody actually supposedly quote unquote drowning, you would think there'd be some cops actually cleaning up that area. Guys, like I said, they didn't even send a laptop to the FBI. They can't find her phone. Where's her phone? They found your laptop. Where's her phone? It wasn't in her pocket. They said it was charging. A phone's not going to float plumb away. There's no current through the reservoir, guys. There you go. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
When that laptop was recovered, the fact that, well, I know that Nevada County actually contracts to Placer County's dive team. The fact that they didn't have that dive team in the water at 6 at sunrise the next morning, scouring the bottom, is just infuriating to me. The fact that there was another set of private divers last night in the water and this morning infuriates me. Not that they were in there doing that. It infuriates me that law enforcement is not back out there and just looked for everything, including the phone. Because to be honest, we assume they wouldn't tell us if they had Kiely's phone when they recovered the vehicle, but we assume that they probably did because we didn't hear anything about it. And then we find out. Then the guy finds the laptop, and the detectives say, "Hey, by chance, did you see the phone down there?" And we're like, "Well, what the fuck?" You know.
He
so that
said that. Okay, wow. But you said that. So now we
they asked him if he could go dive again and see if he could find the phone.
Bro,
like, well, yeah. So I'm like, why don't they have the divers out there?
They're being
because it ain't because what he's trying to give them ain't worth a shit.
Right.
Obviously.
So
you ever seen somebody cry over finding a laptop? I haven't.
Well, I know that they've accessed. I know that they've, because of iCloud and stuff, they've already got a lot of it. But still, they need, first of all, even let's say that they've already cloned the phone off of iCloud. It still doesn't need to be in the lake for somebody to find and be selling to a tabloid or put on eBay or something.
No, maybe it's fake. Maybe it's not a real piece of evidence.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
even if it's not, they still, just out of respect, because they did roll that car and they told us they were going to do it underwater. And obviously that's when the stuff came out, and they should have gone and got it because of that.
Thank you, Stacy. I really appreciate that. $2. Thank you, Super Sticker. Guys, like I said, there's super chats available. There's super stickers, guys. I am getting memberships going. I actually got to get it okayed through YouTube. So yeah, there's a lot coming to this channel, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Up Church Fan Podcast, go over there and subscribe, guys. It's my other channel. We just started that. If you haven't subscribed here, guys. We bring you guys at least 2 to 3 reaction videos a day, plus, well, at least 2 lives a day as well. So yes, well worth it, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
They should have sealed the windows.
I agree.
Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah.
So, Steve, can you verify who was the last person to have their hands on the evidence that was found by the private divers? Like, did that go straight into law enforcement's hands, or because there's a lot of confusion around that?
So the guy, the diver, the private diver, and I'm only talking about the laptop. I don't know what the people from last night. I don't know how that went, but he did give the laptop to the grandfather and said, this is your decision, and so it did go, and then the grandfather gave it to law enforcement.
She didn't give it to the dad?
What's that?
Why didn't they give it to the dad?
The grandfather. They're just like, here, because the thing is, it wasn't a crime scene anymore. So they weren't even going to send anybody out. At first, they said, we're not going to send anybody out. And then they called back later and changed their mind and said they were sending somebody out. But at that point, it's just lost property.
Where do you think Angelina Musalam went?
I have no idea.
Wait, why weren't they treating this like an investigation?
Exactly.
You mean as like when they found the laptop and stuff?
Yeah, or even before that.
Yeah, well, before that,
yeah.
I was hoping that they, they've been, they've been dead silent. Besides making the comment, after I gave them that lead that got emailed to me about homicide, they kind of like hinted, or didn't they kind of gave it away that, the FBI really isn't actively doesn't have an active investigation open anymore. And then when yesterday, or when the laptop, when they came, the officers that came out to retrieve it, they said,
"Thank you, Square. I really appreciate it." Square says, good on you for asking questions. Others don't. Also, if we have cover how many channels got falsely struck, be awesome. Thank you, Square. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. That actually, I really appreciate that, guys. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
Their investigation is complete. They're just waiting on CHP to complete theirs. That was the only like one still like that wasn't completed. So that kind of like is a big tell, you know, that which way it's going.
Do you know if they got the autopsy yet?
I think that they publicly announced that they do have the autopsy complete pending, except for the tox results. But the autopsy report is done, but it's pending toxicology.
Steve, is there any truth to the fact that there were law enforcement officers' kids at the party, or like any law enforcement or chief? Is that a big thing going on?
So I mean, I hear that, and just to be honest, just mathematically, with that size party, I think it would be really hard for there not to be. You know, so I imagine there was. I don't know who those were though. I mean, I will say that like, you know, those one thing I was really like set back probably was when those team-to-team meetings, you know, those like when Sammy was like, hey, you know, come talk to me. Yeah. And I actually tweeted it. That's before I got there. And I actually tweeted at Foster County saying, how the hell does this happen? You know, how are you letting somebody direct the lead, you know, somebody that's not qualified? And they replied back, well, it was a public place and she brought her own microphone, which I didn't realize. And so then, but then those team-to-team meetings, like after they announce whatever they'll announce when the case is closing, exactly. Like I can disclose more on that, but those team-to-team meetings might have actually been a help. I think a lot of information actually was gathered through those.
But what? If it was an accident, then what information was there to gather, though?
Well, you know, so that would, I mean, they could rule things out. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, if everybody's saying, you know, I think you can also, just by the fact that everybody's story, you know, nothing really conflicts. You know, I think the one thing, and I have nobody's told me this. It's you know, when CHP, I know people were asking about the box that they set up, you know, kind of by like they taped off the crime scene area, like in the form of a square, kind of close to the water, when they were pulling the car out. And they had set up a row of cones as well, like a driving pattern down the beach, which wasn't shown by the helicopter shot. So it was clear that they were doing very specific measurements. And I actually put a photo of it on my Twitter yesterday, I think, where, you know, from behind, I took a shot from behind it, so you can see kind of the swerve patterns. And the only thing that I can figure is that they had some sort of information that,
you know what I want to know, guys? I want to know what kind of chairs that girl's got right here. That's what I want to know. That chair looks cuddly. I'm just saying, guys, that chair looks cuddly. I like that chair. I need a chair myself. Like I said, this one's got a leak in it. And every time I see Zav Girl, I see this chair. And I'm just like, there's a cartoon that actually has the same pattern, guys. And they run around, they hug people. As I got a 3-year-old, guys. So yes, that's me. So yeah, Creek Swat says, people love all y'all. He here, mother, and other cover community.
I don't know why I thought you guys had the same chair.
No, I don't actually. Need to investigate, especially this SF. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird, JG. Plain and simple. It's weird, guys. I mean, you're hearing Zab Girl actually question what she's heard. This girl down here at the bottom. This girl down here at the bottom. Who's that? Mama? Is that what it says? The M? This girl's just killing it.
Oh, Mama 4, I think is who that is.
Yeah, this girl's just killing it. Like, for real. I mean, you got Ryan Upchurch sitting there just like listening. He's processing y'all. You know,
He's studying.
He's studying it. He's listening to it and he's studying SF. That's what he's doing right here, guys. Body
Yep.
language, words, placements of words.
Yep.
So yeah. I mean, Rose says, I know he wasn't Sammy's dad. He was involved in other cases before this one. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Sorry, I had to think about that one. The entire story is insane. It's insane, guys. I mean, if you just listen to the stories that people actually tell on right now, it's ridiculous, because why should anything that everybody says be taken lightly, guys? Everybody's contradicting each other's words on every single interview.
Yep.
So yeah, 100%. I mean, Son says, wow, the choice of words spoken. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's the reason why you set quiet with your ears and eyes open, and you don't say nothing. You learn more in that way. Jody says, now Ryan is getting pissed because SF dude is dodging questions. He's dodging questions the whole time, guys. The whole time. Like I said, everybody has spoken on this. Where's the cop speaking at, guys? Absolutely insane, guys. Anyways, let's go back to the video.
Somebody said, yeah, no, we did see cars driving down the beach, you know, because they seemed to have a very specific measurements they were doing. Like they had some sort of information to work off of.
Like that was the direction she entered from.
Like possibly somebody said, well, I did see 3 or 4 sets of headlights driving down along the sand. So I looked at the water levels. It's since the day she went missing to the day the car was
Hold
found.
on, whoa. Let's go back. How does he know about the headlights in the sand? That wasn't released yet, right? The fire cam footage? Anyways, let's go back on that. Listen to this one more time.
As far as I know, there were no tire tracks.
Yeah, let me go back and listen to this one more time, guys.
Specific measurements they were doing. Like they had some sort of information to work off of.
Like that was the direction she entered from.
Okay, so yes.
Like possibly somebody said, well, I did see 3 or 4 sets of headlights driving down along the sand.
So that's what the fire cam footage shows. It's just what SF said, somebody said. So who's this person that said that? Because this person has seen Kiely Rodni go off into the water too. How are you going to be up top where she went into the water and not see Kiely Rodni go into the water whenever the person said that they seen headlights? You can't be at the top of the hill where Kiely Rodni came down at and see the headlights on the sand, on the shore, facing Kiely Rodni.
What?
I mean, I'm sure you can from like glares from the headlights, but you make it sound like the person actually said, and that's what the fire cam footage showed. So who's these other people?
Right.
Good God. Ellen says fire cam had not been released at this point. So there you go. The fire cam footage is showing what SF just said. So therefore, who's seen Kiely Rodni go into the water? In my opinion, this proves everything, right, guys? I mean, there is definitely foul play in this whole situation. Nothing adds up. The cops done a shitty ass job on this investigation.
Yeah, letting a bunch of 16-year-olds get involved.
If you was told, SF, that there's that people seen headlights, then that person that seen headlights coming down the shore should have seen Kiely Rodni go into the water, because it was seconds before Kiely Rodni went into the water that the car turned around and went back over. It shows it in the fire cam footage. So does this make people think the fire cam footage is more real now? You see what I'm saying? Because it actually shows what he said.
Right.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. This case, this is the reason why people still talk about this case and will talk about this case, because it absolutely makes no sense, guys. So, yeah. Anyways, the local said that they crossed the reservoir. Yes, that's what they said. They drive across it and stuff. Jody Rambo says mystery vibes. Yes. Brittany says, who tipped off AWP? Go search waters and numbers. That's what I'm talking about. They come in and find her within an hour when the cops called the whole place clear. They had dive teams, guys.
Right.
Absolutely crazy. Anyways, guys, let's jump back to the video.
And so the I looked at the water levels. It's since the day she went missing to the day the car was found, it's dropped exactly 3.5 feet, and which works out 3.5 feet of surface area, above ground level. So if you look at those cones, they're marked almost as if it, if you imagine the water level was up another 3.5 feet, it's very close to where the cones are. So it looks like they think to me, it looks like they think possibly she was driving along the water, and then that square that they set up where they taped up, I think is what they think is an inflection point where the car started to roll, possibly.
Huh.
I have a question.
Yeah, Blonde Gypsy.
How do you think she got back there and the cargo strap was left out of the trunk?
The cargo stop. What do you mean?
There's
The
a
strap.
strap.
Oh, the strap.
Or
The strap.
something.
Yeah. So we know that
That's what I was told.
her car was used to bring some alcohol up to the party, and so I think people were opening the hatch, probably. That could be one. As far as her getting to the back, it's really I've looked into it quite a bit. I mean, keep in mind, so the car's going to sink. It's going to, engine, weight. It's going to go nose down. Water levels going to rise inside. When she's deceased, she's initially going to sink, and then in the car, and then the gases build up in the body, and then just like bodies do after 24 to 36 hours in water, they bloat and they float to the highest level. And
But wait. So it wouldn't be nosedive though for that long though, would it? Wouldn't it eventually have flattened out before 24
so
hours?
it was kind of like so it was engine down and kind of like at a 45-degree angle. It's really hard to it was like, so imagine a slope, you got the slope, and then it went engine down, but it was kind of resting on its side a little bit.
It was that steep, as it was found, it was that much.
It looked
So it was only from the if on the sonar, if you look, it was only like 8 feet under, the highest part of the car was only like 8 feet underwater, and then it was like 14 to 16 feet at the lowest end. So it was on pretty good incline.
But don't you think that's weird that they missed that
True,
though?
Jackson.
How did the divers how did 3 dive teams miss that?
I have no clue. It's botched. I mean, I have no clue.
Do you know when the dive team searched? Was it the day after? How long did they search after?
So I know that the afternoon, so Saturday, this would be Saturday, and the next day, I know that they did pretty extensive helicopter sweeps. They had boats in the water. When I was there, I saw the boats in the water, I'd say every other day. When I say boats, it's one boat, with like 3 people on it. And they were searching that area, and that's where all the drone footage I shot was always right over that point, because they told me that's where the ping was. I don't know how they missed it. I mean, when we arrived there and the buoy, we were like, she's right there. Literally right there. I mean, it's closer than it even appears in the video and stuff. I mean, that buoy was like,
yes,
it's right there. I mean, it's shocking. I don't know.
Doesn't that make you think maybe it was put in after they searched? Because you said they searched. Okay, they searched the water. The couple days after. That's it.
No, I think they searched it many times. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they missed it many times.
like even like a week after, were they in that water? In that
yeah.
area?
Oh yeah. They were in the water the day before Adventure of the Purpose got there. I saw them there.
Steve, when did you shoot your drone footage above Prosser where her car was?
That was shot. So She went missing on the Saturday. That was shot starting the next Saturday until the following Sunday when she was found. So it's in between that week.
So didn't you post I think on Twitter that people saw her vehicle from your drone, and you said you think we were right. If I looked at that, I do agree. It does look like it is her car.
So what I did is I shot all that drone footage, but I didn't have time to like scan it really. So what I did is I just said, I'm going to upload it all to an unlisted link on YouTube. It's not monetized or anything. And anybody, I'm just making it open source. Anybody can go scan it. And if you see anything, just call it in the tip line. And a lot of people did. There was especially one shot in particular, which I'm certain is the car, was given to law enforcement up to a week before, and multiple people called it into the tip line.
Wow. It does look like her car up there underwater.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's also seen in the AWP's video of their drone shot.
It's very clear in their drone shot. Yeah.
So wait, if there was windows open, why do you think she would have gone in the back?
So, well, the car will still go, the car's still going to go nose down. And I think it's a natural thing to try and swim away from the water levels, it's coming up on you. Like to go against the current. I just think human nature, like water's rushing in through a window, to swim against that. I think so. I know that's what you're supposed to do, but I think it's it's dark. She didn't see the water coming, or she wouldn't have driven in it. So I don't know. We'll never know, that part. I just think that, I don't know. I just think it's a tragic thing. It does bother me. The windows were down. There's no doubt. That's why we definitely, the first week or 10 days, it was like, this has got to be foul play because this does not make sense. Like,
what did Upchurch hold up there? What'd that say? Let's see this, guys. What does that? I can't make out what that says.
Yeah, that's why we definitely and swim away from the water levels. It's coming up on you. Like to go against the current. I just think human nature, like water's rushing in through a window, to swim against that. I think so. I know that's what you're supposed to do, but I think it's it's dark. She didn't see the water coming, or she wouldn't have driven in it. So I don't know. We'll never know, that part. I just think that, I don't know. I just think it's a tragic thing. It does bother me. The windows were down. There's no doubt. That's why we definitely, the first week or 10 days, it was like, this has got to be foul play because this does not make sense. Like it was, we've heard all this stuff about the sweater. She needed the sweater. She wanted the sweater. It's because it was cold out there. So why the hell would she be driving
out there?
Why would she drive the windows down? Yeah.
Zav, you care if I throw a theory out there and see what everybody thinks?
No, go ahead.
What if, because of the airspace of the inside of the CRV, what if the CRV went in the water backwards, and then the left front window, that's the driver window, was busted out. When it hit the water, it went, and then it flipped and landed exactly how AWP filmed it on the internet.
I think there's a very good chance it went in backwards. And if you look at the way CHP set it up, I think that's a real possibility. The driver's window, because I did see footage of it that they shot.
That they set up what? What did they set up? Let's go back on that, guys.
The CRV went in the water backwards, and then the left front window, that's the driver window, was busted out. When it hit the water, it went, and then it flipped and landed exactly how AWP filmed it on the internet.
I think there's a very good chance it went in backwards. And if you look at the way CHP set it up, I think that's a real possibility. The driver's window, because I did see footage of it that they shot underwater, the driver's window was not busted.
Yeah.
The passenger's side was down or busted for sure, and the back driver's side. But the driver's window itself was definitely broken when they rolled it underwater, because there's footage of that and it's intact. However, I agree. I think there's probably an 80% chance that car went in the water back.
So he said they. He said they rolled it in the water. They is 2 or more. There's too much talking going on and amongst people, amongst you know, amongst where's the police at? He said they, meaning 2. Anyways, guys, let's finish this up.
Of course.
So wait,
What if it was
if
dumped
it
off
was
a
an
tow truck?
accident, sorry, if it was an accident, how would it gone in backwards?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Because like if she's driving, so the way that thing comes to a point, it's kind of like that peninsula or whatever you want to call it, comes to a point there. So she's driving around on the beach, and then she at the last second sees, oh shit, there's water, and tries to make this sharp left turn against this hill that's descending. Then the car is gonna roll over, and that's exactly how CHP was setting it up. If you look on my Twitter, the way that the spur patterns were, and then they put crime scene tape in a square.
Okay.
It's like she tried to turn up the hill, and then the car rolls backwards. It kind of slides backwards into the water.
But would the car
But
been
if the
tracked?
car rolled, wouldn't there be more damage to the car?
Right.
if it
Yeah.
rolled?
Not
Well,
even the
no, that
mirror
ain't
was
right.
broken before it went
That-
in.
What?
The mirror wasn't broken before it went in either. The driver's side, I think it was the driver's side
No.
mirror. That was
No, it
not
wasn't.
broken when it went in
No,
It
but
was
I mean,
on the turn or
yeah.
something.
Look how they pulled it out though.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it went in backwards and the window was busted out, airspace, anybody that knows about audio knows about airspace. Airspace, if the window's busted out and the other ones are up a little in the back, and if in fact the other one was up in the front, that would be sucking the water in and the air out. So as it's going in, it would have flipped over and turned around and set down. And if police, like everybody's saying, flipped it over once and pulled it out, then it looks like it got drove in.
Yeah.
Mm.
To me, it looks like it was
No, I'm-
driven in straight,
Mhm.
and because they wouldn't have turned it around. I just feels like it went in straight, and that's why they backed it out, because the rear end was the car was
That's what I'm
facing
saying,
away
yeah.
from the shore. So it
Yeah, like the
that's why
theory
they
of it
put
backing
that's
in
why they backed
though.
it out.
If it landed though, what I'm saying is, if it went in backwards, in theory, and it would have turned a 180 and flipped over
Mhm.
because of airspace. So then,
Yeah.
if AWP would have just pulled it out like they do, you would have seen,
know
oh,
exactly
wait a
what-
minute, this is exactly how it went in. But that's not what happened. They said, no, we'll get it out, and they flipped it over, broke the damn window or the whatever, pulled it out. Then they're like, oh, well, she must have drove in. It's like, no, you didn't let AWP pull it out.
Well, they couldn't let AWP pull it out because they're not trained forensics, and there was a dead body in there. That was not.
Do it all
That
the
was
time.
But all
I
of their
think they have more
cases are dead
experience.
bodies.
Yeah, all the
no,
ones
no,
they
but let's be honest.
They messed up the crime
They deal
scene.
with
The police
skeletal.
did.
They deal with skeletalized bodies. They don't deal with bodies that are still intact, and she was still intact. You know.
Yeah,
And
but
the FBI
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
Like
they didn't even
them
cover
flipping
the
it over, could have destroyed her body even more if she was in the water for a long time. Or
I know.
anybody that knows or has seen a dead body before knows that.
Mhm.
Hell, I watched the police take a body out of the water once. It was falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why did they
Right.
roll the car and be like, "Fuck it, who cares? We're gonna roll the car."
Because
over
they
there."
originally they were going to pull the car up on its hood to the shoreline and then
Yes,
take
Stacy.
her out, and then they were just afraid that would the medical examiner wanted
JG.
wanted it done a different way because of exactly that, pulling a body out could, and
AWP
you get
floats it up.
skin sloughing from the water, you
Yeah,
know, and
they should have
so-
definitely
But
just
when
let
they-
AWP do it. Then the body wouldn't have moved. You know.
Yeah,
but AWP didn't have a crane or anything there. I don't know how they would have done
Oh, they can call
they have
one.
access to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it. Okay. Well, mm.
What do you think
But
about that?
So that's-
When they flip the
from a
car,
private investigator standpoint.
when they
No, I would definitely not let the AWP deal with a deceased body.
But what if she
I mean,
would have
that-
fallen out the window, like when they flipped her? Like they didn't cover up the windows. So they weren't so concerned about preserving the body. What if she would have fell out like all the other stuff?
I mean, you just asked my opinion. I'm just saying I don't think.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm just saying like that doesn't. I'm just disappointed how they did that. They
Yeah,
didn't
I don't
cover up the
understand.
windows. They could have like she could have just.
If
Yeah.
she was laying on top of the roof, because that's the way, unless she is strapped down, she's laying on top of the roof. They flipped that car under the water, and nothing is preserved anymore. Her whole body just went from the top of the car back down to the bottom of the car.
Yep.
Well,
correct.
I mean,
go back to law enforcement school. Damn.
Okay. Well, I got to run, you guys.
Well, I wasn't talking to you. You're not a cop. What are you talking about?
No, I know. No, but I just do got it. It's been a long day, but yeah. So I mean, that's basically all I know. You know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I
Biting your
wanted to
fingernails
ask
now.
about that driver's side window again. Did that ever come up? Because that is, to me, that's no one's talking about it. And I've been
What's up,
saying
Aaron?
for
How's it
weeks, like,
going?
why is no one mentioning how that windshield is cracked?
You know, to be honest with you, you're talking about the circular pattern, right? I'll have to look at. I've not heard about that.
Yeah, it definitely shows that it's cracked, and I don't see why that would have happened in flipping it. I mean, maybe, but
well, that could. I mean, if I mean,
it just looks like something. Maybe she went in. As she went in, maybe she hit it. Unfortunately. No,
I mean, if she wasn't seatbelted, she definitely could. Although I think if it was that type of impact, it would have been an airbag deployment. And as far as I know, there's no airbag deployment.
Well, I'm saying maybe she went up over the hill. It caused her to fly up into that windshield, and then her car came down into the water. That's what I envisioned when I saw that crack in the windshield. I was like, "Oh my God!" It's literally right above the steering wheel.
Sav, do you have that picture?
No, but I was gonna play. I am gonna play the video of them pulling it out and see if we can see. I know I've seen it from a side view, and it does look like it's kind of like
it definitely
pushed out a little bit, but I don't know what that means. I guess she could have hit it.
Yeah, they did, Chris.
If there's a mark in the windshield, then there had to be an impact big enough to make an airbag come out. If the airbag didn't come out, somebody punched the window, made it cracked, and no airbag came out because it was put in the water on purpose.
No, not necessarily. She could have went up over that hill fast. You know, she did have an all-wheel drive. She could have flew into the windshield, nothing hitting the front of her car. That would not have sent off airbags if her head hit the windshield. I mean, in a way, I hope she was unconscious.
Well, her car hitting the water, the force of her car hitting the water, you'd think would deploy the airbags.
Right.
How far was she from the shore? Wasn't she 14 feet from the shore? Or no, she was 50 feet from the shore, wasn't she?
25.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay, so she had to be going quite fast. That car had to have been moving to go 25.
It's almost like somebody cut her brake lines.
It's something, guys. I mean, that car definitely just didn't roll into the water, guys. It just didn't roll into the water. So, yeah, I mean, guys, SF Investigates actually like, Leah, look, I got to go. I've said way too much. I'm going to say this again. Do I think SF Investigates actually involved anything? No, I don't.
Nope.
I think he's actually trying to show the light on the whole thing, but he can only say so much before he is not a private investigator anymore if no one wants to work with him. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, coming on here is even kind of giving people the wrong idea. But then again, he came on here because he thought that it would probably boost his career, which it probably actually has. So yeah, there's different reasons why he made this move for a business to come on here. And Kiely didn't drive into the water for sure. No, she didn't, guys. She didn't drive into the water. I mean, guys, I've actually seen Uncle Will sent me a photo of the same SUV, and he had his hand up like this, guys, and his hand touched the top of the roof from the back of the seat, guys.
Yes.
So I just have a hard time thinking that her body. I know everybody's gonna be like, yes, her body floated, but guys, there's not that much room for her to float over the seats. There's not. The window was open. How come she didn't get, when the water comes in, rush, whatever else it may be. So it's weird, guys. It's a weird situation that we don't know actually what happened. Just like FS said, we will never know what happened totally until they actually close the case, and then it's over, and then it just be, well, she drove it through the water, which that's what it is right now.
She had to have already been gone.
Yeah. So Miss Lacey says this whole case is weird, is wild, so wild. It is, Miss Lacey. I've learned so much more stuff watching this stuff, guys. That this definitely was not an accident. It just wasn't. Aaron says Uncle Will had some great lives on. Yes, he actually did, Aaron, for sure, for sure. Clary Bear says the truth will come out eventually. Yeah, it will. It will. It's still an open case, guys. So yes. Anyways, guys, let's finish this video up.
I orchestrated. All I know is I've been to over 100 mud parks. I'm very trained in rock climbing and trail riding with Can-Ams. And I'm telling you right now, her car did not go down that hill, up that other hill, and in the water. There is no way.
There's no
possible.
other hill. I'm talking about the one hill, and then fly off that. The water's right there.
There would be debris from her car, though.
No, there wouldn't.
Yes, there would. Do you want me to go roll a CRV down the hill and show
I'm not
you?
talking about rolling. I'm talking about she's driving fast, trying to get out. She's drunk, or has been drinking. It's dark. She hits that hill at a fast speed, goes up over it and down right into the water. There's no damage to her car.
Yeah, it would be. I'm sorry.
Look, I've done enough that there would be damage to your car, guys.
Yes.
That's very bumpy. Sorry, guys. It's very bumpy through there, guys. So she had been, if this car went off the water, this car had been moving at a great pace. Therefore, whenever a CRV bounces, it doesn't matter if it's all-wheel drive or not. It's going to do this stuff. Sooner or later, it's going to, it's just going to start bouncing. And on top of that, there was no evidence of her hitting her head at all. So that was actually cleared up too. There was no obvious blows to the head or nothing like that.
Well, and AWP even said it was rough terrain to even try and get down there. They almost rolled their trailer over.
For sure. Creek SWAT, let's see. The Van Toad guy is someone I've been suspicious, but yes, we did that video earlier, Miss Lacey, and it is very suspicious. Creek Squad said, what is up, Creek Squad? If the care's upside down, don't the head rest would be on the bottom. Okay, so like this, she would have floated on the floorboard, right? You would think. There's not much room, guys, for a body to float over that, guys. You can put your hand like this from the back of the headrest and touch the top of the vehicle. So, I mean, you have like probably, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I'm just speculating maybe like 6-inch space, something like that, probably. I don't know. Just roughly. So Miss Lacey said SF thinks that it's important, but he was scumming off this case of death of a child for attention. Well, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think everybody, look, the cops should have been the one talking about this stuff. Yep. The cops didn't talk about a damn thing, guys. None. So yes. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video.
The terrain is as rough as everyone says it is there. If she's driving as fast as you think she's driving, it would be damaged before she got to that hill.
Right.
I'm saying like if she got down and then up over that hill, I don't think it would have caused, especially in an all-wheel drive.
No,
I mean, those other cars, they weren't all-wheel drive.
Yeah, but you're talking about you have to look at it. You can have an all-wheel drive anything if the shocks and the clearance on the wheel to fender ratio doesn't add up, then it's not going to make it.
Right.
That's why the biggest thing on four-wheel drives is when you want a vehicle that goes somewhere, you need at least 4 foot of clearance, which is what a Can-Am has.
Well, I hope to God she did hit the windshield. She was knocked unconscious the whole time and had no idea what was happening to her.
Yeah, I whatever the circumstances, I hope that she didn't.
I just find it very odd that no one's mentioning that windshield. Not even AWP mentioned it. And I wanted to ask when they were on, but I didn't get a chance. So,
well, I'll bring up the video and see if we can see. I don't know. I didn't get the spit, like what's up.
What do you want to answer from? What do you want to answer?
Why no one's mentioning the cracked windshield above her driver's the steering wheel?
Cracked windshield.
I'm gonna run to bed, but
okay.
I appreciate
no water in the lungs, right?
Me on.
Yeah,
And,
thanks for coming on and answering questions.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
There you guys go. Look, that is exactly what I wanted to do for you guys today. We've been on here 3 hours and 29 minutes, guys. Yes. Look, it is plain and simple that this is actually foul play in this case. You have a guy using the phone to call the AAA from his phone because Kiely Rodni's is dead. We can't find Kiely Rodni's phone. The AAA guy comes because it's a call from a dead battery from the guy's phone that is with Kiely Rodni at the time by the reservoir. So they get there. It's odd. The Kiely Rodni asks Nick, how do you put it on your seatbelt? Do you put it through your belt loop? That's weird by itself. There's no phone. Where's the trace of the phone call that made the guy that made the phone that was with Kiely Rodni? The AAA driver should have said he had cameras facing frontwards and backwards audio. They're turned off now. So we have no audio. We have no camera. We don't know who this guy is. We can't find Kiely Rodni's phone. On top of that, Kiely Rodni's car goes into the reservoir. And on top of that, a YouTuber picks up the stuff off the floor of the ground, off the floor of the reservoir because the cops don't do it. We have no pictures of the party, guys. None.
Shady, shady, shady.
It is weird. Yes, I grabbed a snack. Having a good day. Yes, Justice. Thank you, Justice. I appreciate you. FS doesn't steal. He's always fidgeting. Yes, he is. There's a lot of salt. There is, Ellen, a lot of salt here. Going to grab a snack. Okay. Jeff traded. Is I float over. Yeah, float over the float under the body. Yes, very much so. Miss Lacey says more common sense is needed. You hit it. Yes. Thanks for the great live, Bare Bones. Always respectful. You are appreciated. Thank you, Stacy. I really appreciate that. Everyone arranged by this bot, but everyone is arranged. Yeah, where's the mom? Guys, I made a video on my channel of the mom. So go check that out. It's actually, I think I did it like a month ago. Yes. It's actually called, I don't remember what it's called, but on the front of the page, actually Ryan Upchurch shared it on his channel, guys. Let's go find that. It's a very good video. Go check out the channel. There's a lot more where that come from, guys. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Guys, hit that like button. It helps us get in the front page, helps us get known. Share all this stuff, guys, for sure. Guys, we've done 3 lives, or 2. We've done 3 lives yesterday, a live already today, 3 videos released. Gonna release you guys. We have a lot of content coming out, guys. Sync, yes, Creek Squad. JG Ray's kids, 16, knew exactly where it was. Yes, he drove the vehicle in the water. That's what I think. Okay, Bare Bones did through. What is up, Huffy Gal? How are you? Bare Bones dug through, and you will see FF is linked to Kiely's family. He did photos and Kiely before wreck. They were on his photograph. I'll have to look into that. I heard about that. Thanks, Bare Bones. Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. Anyways, you guys, thank you, guys. Scuba, I'm gonna get off here. Next live we do, guys. We're not giving up on this case, guys. We're gonna talk about this case more. So if you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. We do a lot of other things. So yes, we actually go on to we pour salt on slugs to the internet. We look up people who are actually, doing stupid stuff on the internet, and we call it pouring slugs. We get the salt trucks out and everything else, guys. It's fun, and I have a soundboard coming. So yes, it's even gonna be funner, guys.
Found a weird one today, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah. Guys, I'm tired. I'm gonna get off here. Scuba, is there anything you need to say?
Oh, yeah. I'll just say the one thing.
Okay.
You may be a nobody to somebody, but you're always somebody to me.
There you go, Scuba. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are my family. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I'm just a pilot. You guys are in control of the wings, guys. So wherever this channel goes, this channel has big purposes. We can go far with this channel, guys. It's up to you guys. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't, guys. Anyways, Scuba, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go in there and eat something. I haven't eaten anything today, guys. So yes.
All right,
Scuba. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Have a good one. All right, guys. There you go. There you have it, guys. Thank you, Bare Bones. This was an Awesome show. Thank you. I appreciate that. Later, guys. Scuba, Heather, Jess, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're very appreciated, Jess. Thank you. Cosmic, you're always appreciated. Everybody is appreciated, guys. Thank you, guys. My mods, thank you, guys. You guys do an awesome job here. Ellen, bye. You're appreciated. Creek Squad, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump out of here. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channels highly appreciated, guys. Your boy Deuces. I'm out. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.